Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 106 as I try and get my words out within the first few seconds there. So yes, episode 106 of Malt and Magic, the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin. Welcome anybody that's new, welcome returning people. This is looking to be an interesting start to an episode, as I think both Danny and Dave were very nervous about how we left last week, and I am very pleased to say that we've got a full party complement tonight, so Samau has returned from his well-deserved holiday and is ready to join the fight alongside the rest of the party. So we'll be dealing with that as we jump in, but before that, I of course need to do all of my shout-outs and thank yous. So starting with our virtual tabletop and mapping tools, so a huge thank you to Incarnate. The battle map you'll see for the beginning of this episode was actually from the community, because I was trying to make a map, had a look at that map and went, that's exactly what I need. So I went with it. Unfortunately, the creator is anonymous, so I can't credit them and can't thank them, but thank you to the Incarnate community for the awesome map. Of course, huge shout out to Owlbear Radio. We are having to go back to Owlbear Radio 1.0 tonight, as there is a few issues with the 2.0 beta. So old school Owlbear tonight, but still Owlbear nonetheless. And of course, a huge shout out and thank you to Dungeon Alchemist as well, who we will see in the near future, is all I'm going to say on that. So, of course, for all things character creation, management, D&D management, source books, rule checks, everything D&D Beyond is there for us. And then the visuals, Hero Forge, which I've been playing around with again this week, creating some characters for some other campaigns, but generally hoping they're going to release the mount options soon, so looking forward to them whenever they come out. And of course, then the DM's tools that I use behind the scenes for puzzles, quick town generation or quick NPC generation, those sorts of things, quick, simple rules. So Kassoon, 5e Magic Shop, and 2-Minute Tools. For all things audio, you can hear the musical ambience in the background here. That is thanks to Tabletop Audio. And of course, our sound effects are thanks to BattleBards, whom we are affiliated with, which means we give you that nice discount code. Should you use that when you register at BattleBards, you can get yourselves a nice cheeky discount off some sound effects for your own games, whether they're at home, online, whether you're doing radio plays or podcasts or whatever you're doing, you can go find those sound effects and enjoy them. Very easy interface to use, so yeah, go check it out. Go check out the social media links as well, you can see them along the bottom. I've been fairly busy on both Instagram and TikTok this week. Realised that when I did an update around the competition on TikTok, posted it on my personal account, not the Malt Magic account, so we've deleted that. We're just going to ignore that one and gloss over it. But cool, you'll see some of my my new artwork, which is I think it's pretty good anyway. So you'll see that up on Instagram. I've got some new dice as well, and there'll be some more updates coming through from the team over the next few weeks as well. We're going to start work properly on the Discord server in the next few weeks, so we can get that up and running and then grow the community there as well, so that people, if they have got things like fan art or just want to interact with us, then they can come and join us on there. So make sure you keep an eye out for those updates as they come through. Speaking of sort of engaging with the community, it is September on Twitch right now, so there is money off subscriptions. If you are so generous to us to consider a subscription, then now is certainly the time to do it with money off, and we will appreciate it immensely. Of course, if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, then you can use your, well, if you'd like to, you could use your Twitch Prime subscription. And again, we will be eternally grateful. Once the Discord server is set up, we will have different things available for followers and subscribers rather than sort of just general viewers. So don't miss out on that opportunity. And I think then the final thing to call out is obviously the podcast. So all of our past episodes are both available on the podcast and on the YouTube channel as well. So if you want to go relive your favourite episodes in video format, you can go do that on YouTube. But if you'd rather listen or can't get access to a screen, but whether you're driving or doing whatever you're doing, and would like to listen to us instead, then go and check out the podcast on your podcast platform of choice. And as always, if you can leave us a rating or review on there, that will be very much appreciated as well. And I think that's it for shout-outs, announcements. I don't think there's anything else I need to shout out or announce right now. Nobody's telling me otherwise. So I think we can get into this. And as such, my usual warnings will always apply. There will definitely be adult language and certainly adult humour, especially with the full complement of players back. So you have been warned. Let's roll.
Hello.
It still gives me hype, that music. It still gives me hype.
I know, it's awesome.
So
We've not shouted out Achilles in a very long time, but thank you again, Achilles, for that music that you created way back when. Of course, for Campaign 2, we're going to need a new theme tune. We're going to need a new intro.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Dave's there like, shit.
Fuck, I've got to admit
find new content.
Good stuff. Before we get into the madness then, let's run down the lineup. So I am Matt, I'm the Dungeon Master, also playing the psychic character of Bothrid, as well as pretty much the psychic character of Remley tonight as well. So yeah, that's me.
I'm Danny and I play King Ander of Esamir, your human rogue bard friend.
I am Simao and I play Kira Greytusk, the grave cleric fighter who's just flying by, just enjoying the view.
Just chilling out in the sky.
Excuse me, I'm choking on my own spit. That's really impressive. I'm Dave, I play Dargon, the Goliath fighter warlock. Apparently it's going well tonight. IRL as well as in game for Dargon, I think.
There is no greater threat to someone's life than when they choke on their own spit.
Honestly,
it feels
it's
like
ridiculous.
The end is coming, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just warmed up me die and rolled 2 natural 20s.
Oh, good.
Oh no, stream's cut.
Let's hope you use them for Bothrid and not the enemies, please.
Well, I've got Remley to roll for as well. So yes, obviously last week there was sort of a little bit of RP. Excuse me, I'm now checking my own spit. Fucking hell, it's going around the room. There was a little bit of RP to begin the session. Nothing of too much intensity as you then sort of made the decision to make your way down to Deluin. And the main bit of the RP there was the negotiations with both Lena, Micaiah, using sort of Remley as a bit of a sounding board, and also Annabelle, and really starting to build out this war party, this war band, if you like. Deimos was also heavily involved in that, and eventually you all agreed to a plan. The plan being that you would all head to Telma, teleport to Telma thanks to the mages, and then from there you would march south along the river, eventually sort of heading towards Deluin, where the main army, Lena's army, the defenders of River's End, if you like, they would make their way to the gates proper, while you, Remley, basically the four of you and Remley would attempt to scale the wall or somehow sneak into the keep, which we know is on the northwestern side of the city, almost just jutting out of the main city, and attempt to stage a coup long enough to remove whatever devil now sits on the throne in the guise of Erendriel, and hopefully minimise the bloodshed, while Lena, Micaiah, Deimos and the army sort of stage their war against the city itself. And so you headed south, you teleported and you began your march. Simao sort of doing, Kirik doing his aerial reconnaissance aboard Peggy, while the rest of you marched on foot. Mainly so that I didn't have to worry too much around what Kirik was doing during the session last week and could focus on the rest of the story, which is a useful mechanic for me to have, so thank you for that, mate. But of course, Peggy and Kirik will be back into the fold this week. There was a moment where you arrived in Telmer where something went unnoticed. And then a couple of nights later, you found, or as you were going to camp, I think that night, you identified a small creature in a bush, which, as you identified it and Dargon went to confront it, tried to fly away and then was just blasted out of the sky using a quick guiding bolt. Didn't last very long, and you found an imp, which I think, can't remember which character it was, but somebody identified that they used as sort of spies and messengers. So you were sort of well aware at this point that you are potentially being watched. And then we continued to make our way further south and found a crossing over a small sort of arm of the river, a brook, if you like. As you went to make your way across said bridge, as there was a timber bridge, there was some strange sort of metallic clunking noises, and a huge hulking metallic armoured bull-like creature emerged out of the shrubbery, and we all rolled initiative and entered into this fight where Bothrid turned into a wild boar himself, dashed up and tried to smack into this creature, as Dargon then also approached these, well, two, because there's more creatures that then appeared out of the bushes. Two of those creatures used a breath type weapon against the two of you, which could have had some effects, but somehow, some way, you managed to stave them off. So this week we begin our session deep into combat. I say deep into combat, we're basically in the second round of combat, so it's not that deep.
Yeah, we only put the tip in last week, didn't we?
There it is.
And now we're going.
There it is, folks.
We're going full shaft now. Smash back. One question on the
I'm glad I'm here for this.
You're welcome. Because I used my goat figurine as a horse to travel on.
You did.
How many hours were we travelling? I need to subtract that.
How many hours does it last for is probably the question I'm going to ask you.
24. I can.
24.
I've got 24 hours to use before I can't use it again for a week, so I can.
Yeah.
You know,
so you will still probably have, because I think you activated that the morning
when we left Telmer.
After, or when you arrived in Telmer, didn't you? I'm actually going to say then that goat figure has disappeared relatively recently, or has sort of shrunk back down to its normal size, normal statuette.
Okay.
And that's done. Cool. So, hopefully everybody's got the owlbear link. I'm going to try one more time for owlbear 2.0. Still not working.
I can't use it for another 7 days now.
Not doing that. Cool. So then we are straight into it with Bothrid, who is wild-shaped into a wild boar, of which I need to very quickly bring that up again, because I don't leave these things open. Was it a wild boar, or was it just a boar? It's probably a giant one. Giant boar, there we go. Large beast. A large beast. I'm going to pin that. And it will be Bothrid's go, who is bardically inspired still from last week. So Bothrid is going to choose this moment to... he can't charge. So he's going to make a tusk attack against A, who is also hexed by Dargon. And we will see if this hits. So Bothrid's tusk attack with the brand new dice is an 18 on the dice for a grand total of 23. Which is going to hit. So, damage-wise, that will then be 2 of them. That will be 9 points of slashing damage to these creatures. 9 points of slashing damage to A. And that will then be Bothrid's go, but that has bloodied the first creature. As you see this sort of weird green liquid begin to leak out from the hole that Bothrid has punctured in, or Borthrid, I should say, has punctured in with his great tusk. And that's that. Kirik, you are currently up in the air. On Peggy. So where would you like to land, first of all?
How far up am I?
What's Peggy's flying speed?
That is an amazing question. I believe it is 90. Yes, 90.
90. So I think I said you were 50 feet up last week.
50 feet.
50 feet.
Kamikaze dive.
That is not too far off what I'm thinking, yeah.
I will say you are pretty much right above the bridge at this point.
Okay.
So if you just let me know where you want to land with Peggy. Obviously, Peggy is a large creature, so that's 4 squares required.
Could Peggy fly me to here?
Absolutely. Boom.
If you cast Dawn
Peggy.
50 feet up, what happens?
Kirik.
And then
All the pigeons
I'm going to dismount, and she's going to fly up with the rest of the speed that she has.
Fantastic. So we will move Peggy over here, just for the sake of it. I'll put... Oh.
First thing before that I should have asked is if I recognize these creatures.
Make me a very quick nature or no, in fact, nature or a
Hey,
history
about
check, please,
face.
sir.
Get your Pokedex out for this. I love Pokemon to me.
History or what?
History or nature check.
History or nature?
Oh,
It's
God.
gonna be
It's gonna be me.
history. 16.
16. You sort of swoop down on Peggy and slide off and land between these creatures, and you look around very quickly, and you immediately recognise them. Something from a page of a book somewhere comes back to you, and you remember the description. These are Gorgons.
Right.
Archer, leader of the Gorgonites. Well, as in referencing 1997. There'll be people alive who don't know what that is, and that makes me sad.
That's an amazing reference. Absolutely love that
Oh,
reference.
somehow, with your fucking youth.
How have you not seen small... is it small soldiers or toy
Old
soldiers?
soldiers. Yeah. Small soldiers.
Yeah.
Small soldiers.
Small soldiers.
Oh no, I've
something
seen
like
Small
that.
Soldiers. I just didn't get the reference.
It must be Nietzsche,
Anyway,
so now doesn't get the reference.
Have a
What's
what
all the
pie.
So as I land there and recognizing these creatures, I'm immediately going to put my hand to my chest, and there's going to be the mantle of raven feathers that is going to descend on me. So I'm going to cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Nice. Do I have anything that would...
Does that actually stop the effect?
I believe so. Guess we'll find out.
That's glorious. That's amazing. I love it.
That's taking the piss.
Yeah. Freedom of movement is OP.
It's pretty damn cool. So that's one. Then, as my bonus action, the feathers are going to start sort of enlarging and rotating around me, as I'm going to use Strength of the Sticks to grow to a large size.
Nice. I'll just put... In fact, let's make that black rather than yellow. So just to note that you are under freedom of movement. Is that concentration?
Is not.
It's not. Amazing.
OP as fuck.
So you then grow.
So much.
I think we just need to get the boss on and watch.
Let me just double check if I can do a thing that I was thinking of doing, but I just got thrown into this, so I didn't really prepare. So freedom of movement cast, and then that is a action. So I'm going to action surge with that, and
Yeah, you are.
and then the there's going to be movement underneath the cloak of feathers, and one raven is going to fly out, and then two, and then a dozen, as I'm going to cast a 5th level Spirit Guardians that is going to count as a 6th level because of my shield.
Fucking hell, he's dropped in like a nuke, isn't he? And then messing about.
The clerics arrived, folks. Spirit Guardians.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, it's not an.
He's literally come back and gone, hold my beer.
Yeah, it's an alrighty then.
Yes, 15 feet radius.
15 feet radius around you.
But I am large, so it's a bit bigger.
Yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
I'm
at this point, I'm
figuring.
surprised you didn't quicken spell it.
5 and 15, there you go.
Don't have that. I did consider it at one point, but it would be too OP. If like this, I can use other stuff. Yeah, and that's, I think, my turn. As I just dropped there, and suddenly there's
Dabby dozy.
ravens.
Oh,
So-
such a boring turn.
I know, right?
Kirik drops from the sky. This mantle of raven feathers appears over him, and he sort of almost like blurs slightly. Then, as he grows, this black, dark energy sort of roils at his centre, and then just blasts out as these ravens begin to swoop around him. And Kirik is stood there like the absolute force of the Raven Queen that he is. Ander,
I am
what would you like to do?
concentrating on Spirit
Apart from deal with the say again, sorry?
I am concentrating on Spirit Guardians.
You are concentrating on Spirit Guardians. Yeah, so Ander, apart from the boner you need to deal with now, what would you like to do?
Noticing now, Kirit, he's got his thing up. I don't want them to move from that, so I'm going to cast slow on all of them apart from F because he's just out of range. So that's a Wisdom 19 saving throw, please.
Sake. Wisdom 19.
Can you choose, or is it an area thing? Can you choose
It's
targets within
up to 6 creatures, but they've got to be within 40 feet of the place where I cast it. So if I get
cool.
if that makes sense. So if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just cast on
A, B, C, D,
B, F is just outside.
Okay. Okay, wisdom saving throws. In fact, let's roll 2d20s at a time here. So A and B coming up. That is a 7 and a 12.
Boom.
Slow and slow. C and D. 2 14s. Which I don't believe is enough either.
Nope.
And then E. Choose a new one. 19 for an unnatural 20.
Not bad, but odds though.
EMF
Almost.
not slowed. Well, good. Anything else on your turn then, sir? And I believe you're concentrating on that.
Yeah, I'm concentrating on that, and I will give. Do I want to give Bardic Inspiration? I'll give Bardic Inspiration to Dargon.
Anything cool?
Oh, yep. That was interesting. Get on that. Oh, I've not used Elbow 1.0 in a while. There we go. Bardic Inspiration. Anything else?
No, I'm happy to stay the other side of the river, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sort of leaning against a tree. Popcorn's out. Excellent then. Dargon.
First question. We are a few days away from Deluin. Is that correct?
You are a few days away from Deluin.
Bring it on. Right.
About halfway there.
Yep, literally. That's why I went full on.
I would, first of all, so I've attacked A once before, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I shall.
It's also hexed
It is hexed.
and has disadvantage on strength saving throws.
That is also correct. Yes.
Or strength throws, rather.
Strength checks, I believe. Actually,
Checks,
from a
yeah.
hex. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use a fainting attack. So I'm going to look like I'm going to try and get past him, but actually then swipe towards. And that shall give me advantage on my first roll.
Go for it.
For a 28 to hit. 29 to
28 is going to hit. Yeah, definitely going to hit.
And then I will roll for 2 others. Yeah, another 28 to hit and a 23 to hit.
Yep, all 3 will hit.
Lovely. So,
Don't forget the hex damage.
I'll do. Can I do the hex damage all the same? In with it all?
Yep, it doesn't matter too much in this instance.
Okay.
So all the damage, just give me it all.
All damage.
That's what she said.
$59 points of damage.
Okay. How do you want to kill this one?
As it got opened up on the side from, I think, where Borthrid gouged in,
Yes.
then my first swipe will have been into that, and then the second will have pried off one of the metal armor bars, and then just third one straight in, right into the center of this beast, up to the hilt.
Nice. So Targon does sort of stab in and pings off a metal plate, draws Timil's Wrath back, and then with all his might, two-handed just all the way down to the hilt. And as you strike down to the hilt, there is almost like this ripple down this Gorgon, which only Kirik's identified right now. But as it does, the whole body shakes and there's like a stuttering, and it just then collapses as you draw the blade out. I will leave your hex over here for now, just in case you want to move it, but that one is good night, sweet prince.
So what I will then do, I will not move my hex as my bonus action, but what I will do is I will pull out my dagger, throw it at B for my bonus action, quick toss.
Okay, quick toss.
So this is then going to be... Oh, that was close. 31 to hit. And that is because I only ever throw this as a quick toss. It's always insane how much damage it is.
Imagine if you still had that blink hand axe.
Rub it in. 18. 18 points of piercing damage.
18 points of piercing damage as this dagger just strikes into this Gorgon and just beds itself between 2 plates.
And then reading the... sorry, I need to do that one. Reading the battlefield for what I can see. Presumably I can see under this... hang on. Under this
tree, yep.
I can see C.
C.
I can CC you in on this email. So I'll do 5, 10, 15, 20 to get up next to B, and also so that I can see where C is and make sure that I keep an eye on him.
Okay.
That'll be my go.
In which case it is then B's go, who needs to make a wisdom saving throw to begin with.
Correct.
For a grand total of 7. It's gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
Fails. Yes, it is 68. Yes.
Fucking hell.
13, 24 points of radiant damage.
24 points of radiant damage. Ouchies. It, seeing you, Kirik, as the larger threat then, is going to move 5 feet towards you. Can only technically now move 10 feet anyway. And is going to make a gore attack against you. Now, is this at disadvantage? Or is it just straight attack?
It won't be disadvantaged from anything I have, so...
Just making sure. I've totally forgotten Spirit Guardians. It's been that long since I've seen it.
Oh, yeah, no. It just has its speed removed. As a speed removed. Half.
Yeah, that's what I think. Oh, stick. I was so tempted. So very tempted. That is a 27 to hit with a gore attack.
That hits... But as it does... Quite a few of them. 27. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit.
Okay, that is going to be maths. 21 points of piercing damage.
Sorry,
These two
am a
horns just...
complete bellend. Could I have
Yes.
attacked B as he left?
Oh.
You could have. You could have. But I'm going to start getting strict on this now.
That's fine.
Because you guys are really, really powered now. So I've got to give myself a fighting chance.
So how much did you say? 21?
20... Oh, what was that? Yes, 21 points of piercing damage. I need a concentration check, please.
Yeah.
Concentration check.
That is a 13.
13. So you are fine.
Well.
Cool. That will be B. C, who is slowed, is not going to move. Tell a lie. C is going to take a small step down here. And is then going to unleash the breath. As it just snorts out this gas in a 30-foot cone from where it stands, which is going to catch Dargon and...
Is it a spell?
Carry on.
Is it
No.
a spell?
No.
Right.
Just an ability. So this breath seeps out in a 30-foot cone towards you. I need Constitution saving throws from both Kirik and Dargon. Dargon, you are bardically inspired should you need it.
18.
21.
Both succeed. Nothing happens. That will be its go. D, wisdom saving throw. Natural 1. Double the damage, please, sir.
Oh, I've rolled low on the first 3. So.
Did you do the saving
Good.
throw for slow on the other one? At the end of its turn.
I'm going to do them all at the end as I usually do, mate.
16, 21 points of radiant.
Is that doubled?
Nope.
Shit.
42.
42
Absolutely.
points of radiant damage.
I just got meaning of life.
D is going to bomb 5 feet to there and is going to make a gore attack against you again, Kirik.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, that one didn't go down the hole. That one did. For a grand total of 17. Not going to hit.
Misses.
Q. That will be D. E. Wisdom saving throw. 5, 6. Sorry.
Fails. $32 points of radiant.
Shit and corruption. So it is going to move its 10 feet to position itself behind and then spews out this breath. So Constitution saving throws again, please, boys.
29.
Oh boy, that's 15.
29. 15 is enough. This does
Just
not
imagine.
work. F is... They're not intelligent creatures. So F is going to... Yeah, no, F's not really noticed any of this going on. F's going to jump down. Splash. 5, 10,
Oh.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 to get to there.
Come at me, bro.
Let's go. Right. I need to make 3 wisdom saving throws for slow. First one is a natural 1. Second one is a unnatural 20. Third one
Saves.
is a 17. So I think only one of them saves.
Yep.
So C is no longer slowed. Fandabidozi. It is then Remley's go. Who is just going to sort of draw his longsword as he's been sprinting across the bridge, sees this bull-like creature jump down into the water. Oh, no, you don't. And he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's work that out. 5, 10, 15, 20 will get him in their range. I think he's got 25 feet of movement speed, which is fine. So we'll go up to there, 25. And then with the new Flame Tongue Longsword, which is attuned to, as per last episode, he is going to swing 3 times with this bad boy. So first one, a natural 1. Second one, 28. Third, 18. So I think only the second one is going to hit there. So that is going to be 1d10 for 9 points of slashing damage. That jumped out. 9 points of slashing damage plus 10 points of fire damage for a grand total of 19 points of damage to F. And then, what have we got as bonus actions, Remley? You've got to have something as a bonus action. Could do that, doesn't need to do that right now. Ooh. Must remember that. Yep, cool. That'll be Remley's go. Sorry, I've just remembered Remley's got superior critical, so I should really remember that.
Oh, nice.
Making a big note there for me to see that. Excellent. It is then back around the top to Borthrid.
I like what you did. Borthrid, where were you on that one, Stick? 40 feet of movement. So Bothrid is going to charge. 5, 10, 15, 20 to there. And as part of that charge, is going to make a tusk attack. Make it so. Natural 1.
Oh,
Smacks into this metallic armour.
God damn it.
Away. That's not rolling well for me tonight. And yeah, that will be Bothrid's go. However, as he hits, and you can see Bothrid get really, really pissed off with this in Bothrid form, and he rages.
what?
Barbarian druids, man. Barbarian druids.
Java.
So Bothrid's going to rage in boar form, but that will be Bothrid's go. Nuke, your go, mate.
Yes.
Is that just me?
No, it was me as well.
The issues of the stream?
The stream is slowing down.
You can slow the stream. That sounds good. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna pull bonus action. I'm gonna pull one of the feathers from my cloak, and I'm gonna throw it up in the air behind D. I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon at 3rd level, counting as 4th.
Nice.
And doing a little bit more damage.
Behind D, yeah?
Behind D, yeah. Actually, no, make that... Yeah, no, behind D, it's fine.
Behind D? I'll move it there.
Spiritual. And I'm going to attack
Big white tag around it so we can see it.
with it. 28 to hit.
Yeah.
Not bad at all, because that's plus 6, so 20 points of force damage.
Which is enough that D is now bloodied.
And
Again, as the spiritual raven dagger just punctures in through the plate, this green liquid just begins to slowly trickle out.
And I'm going to then click my fingers towards it. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on it. Can I please make a
Nice.
wisdom saving throw?
It can make a wisdom saving throw. For a
Can it,
3.
though? No, it can't. Yeah, so that's 4 d12s.
It's been a while. Not heard
It
that.
has been a little bit, hasn't it? So 7, 10, 15, it's not that great. 15, 21 points of necrotic
Not that
damage.
great.
On
21
4d12
points
plus
of
6,
damage.
it's really not.
As the tolling bell just boom out, you can see the reverberation through the metal plates of the Gorgon, which you've correctly identified, and almost like a gout of this greenish liquid just sprays against the floor, and it sort of visibly shakes for a second. Anything else?
No, that's going to be it. Stay put.
Okay. In which case we are then over to the king.
Seeing this bull charging at me, I will strum the loot which is kind of at my side to then give it disadvantage against the enchantment spell I'm about to cast. I've never really explained the verbal component of this spell actually, so what you will hear is akin to Mongolian throat singing, just like a really low, almost a brown note, right? And then obviously the waves are going to come out of my forehead as I cast Psychic Lance at it. We're going to have a long rest, so I might as well spawn all these spells.
Absolutely.
Which
Okay.
sorry, yeah, Psychic Lance, which is a Intelligence 19 saving throw. You said they weren't very clever, so have some of that.
Yeah, you weren't meant to hear that
Your
bit.
DC is at 19 now? Jesus.
Yeah, boy.
That is a grand total of 7.
Boom. So that is 7d6 psychic damage. Come on, be good, be good, be good. Oh, some ones in there. So that's 27 psychic damage, and you are now incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Incapacitated?
Yeah, boy.
Fucking hell.
I've never really got to
Doesn't
use it
make
because Matt's always meant to save before.
He's about to make 3 attacks with advantage. Fuck.
Yeah.
You are welcome.
They're all
And that's
crits.
until the beginning of your
Start
next
my
turn,
next
yeah?
turn. Yeah.
Anything else on your turn, sir?
No, I'm pretty happy with that. What?
Is that a
Yeah, what
concentration
might you
spell?
do? No, it's instantaneous.
Fucking hell.
Checking there. Good
Wizard
thing.
spells.
Do I want to move away from it? No, because I've got a good line of sight here. So I'm assuming.
Well, it
nobody's
can't
gonna
do
kill
fuck
now,
all
so-
right now. It's incapacitated.
Yeah, I'll stay. I'll stay.
Cool. In which case, Dargon. Got a raging boar next to you. A raging bull in front of you and behind you.
And a raging hard on.
I am going to hope that Borthrid can look after C and Kirik is surrounded. So I'm going to move 5 feet to my right and help out.
Slide to the right.
Bonus action Hex on B, please.
Nice. Where did I put it? There it is.
There it is.
Bottom left.
Come here.
I should
There
do
we
3
go.
attacks on B.
3 attacks on B. Why is there a bardic inspiration there? Because that should have been on Borthrid.
Okay. 32, 27, dirty 20.
Yes. Yes. And yes.
Sweet. Okay, so that is, and it's hexed, so...
Fighter maths.
46 points of general overall damage to B.
Is that including Hex?
It is including hex, yes.
So with those 3 slices, you just knock off metal plates again, and this greenish liquid is pouring out at this point. B not looking good in the slightest.
Well, no, that's it. That's it. I've used my bonus action, actually, haven't I? I'm good.
Okay. Excellent. It is B's go then. B has a choice to make. Wisdom saving
He
throw.
needs to roll a
first.
wisdom saving throw first.
Probably not going to make a difference. It's an unnatural 20!
It meets my DC.
I was going to say, it's like only just enough to save.
Just enough to save. 9, 17, 24, 29 points of radiant damage, halved to 15.
15. These ravens just punch through in various places, and so there's just holes in this creature now. The ravens are just sort of flowing in and out. It looks like a scene from the fucking Matrix films. B then. I'm going to make a roll. Doggone.
Come here, big boy.
We're going to take a gore attack. For a grand total of 15, which is not going to hit, as these horns just like stab towards you, and you sort of hold up Timiel's wrath against them and just push back. That will be B's go. C. 5, 10. And is going to use Petrifying Breath again. Which I
Damn.
think...
Catches everyone.
Oh, yes, Kirik, you are just in that. So, Constitution saving throws from Borthrid, Dargon, and Kirik.
This was mine.
Nice.
Nice. 15 again.
Mwah.
15, so you save, and then Borthrid... Oh dear, Borthrid's got a +9 on con, which gives him a 12, which is not enough.
He's still bardically inspired, though, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, we will add the 1d8, 1d6?
1d8.
1d8. Fucking hell, it's gone up. That is enough, with a 3 on the Bardic Inspiration dice. As Borthrid sort of begins to feel his body begin to sort of be restrained, and then that music of Anders' pan flute just whistles through his mind, and he remembers and manages to break out of it. That's going to piss C off. It is then D's go, wisdom saving throw. 19.
Fails.
Not safe. Bang on the number.
34 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, okay, D's dead. Had 31 hit points left. So these ravens just smell the ichor, smell the blood, and all of them just... And there is just this bright light of... I say bright light, this black glow of energy as all the ravens just converge, and as they then go to spread around and sort of swarm around Kirik again, there is just nothing left of this Gorgon. E then. Wisdom saving throw. 13.
25 points of radiant damage.
25 points of radiant damage, which is enough to bloody E. E is not slowed. E is going to make... He's going to make a gore attack as well, just trying to stab you with those horns. Ooh, that is a 22 to hit.
22 is my armor class. However, as it attacks me, I get involved in a mantle of raven feathers, and so does B. All the damage that he's going to do to me is going to go to B, please.
You did this, Matt. You did this.
Matt hates you.
It is 8, 9, 10, 11...
Go on, kill your own
16 points. 16 points of piercing damage to B, which does kill it. It's almost like, Kirik, these horns hit you. This raven feather mantle surrounds it, and then you see the raven feather mantle around B form these two horns, and they just into B as there is this roar, and B is gone.
Like a teleport? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. It's almost like just phases through you, yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Cool. And then F, who is incapacitated and going to do sweet fuck all, I believe. Can't take actions or reactions, but can... no, can't take bonus actions, because anything that would be considered restrictive of an action also affects bonus actions, so that's F. Let's roll a wisdom saving throw for nothing, because no one is slowed anymore. So what have we got? B's dead. So make sure we chalk this off. So we've got C, E, and F still on the board, which is correct. F can't do anything. So Remley now gets his 3 strikes. He's going to look at you and... why could you couldn't have done that before? You're a fucking waste of space. Slams into this. 3 times. With the
both
flame
crits
touch
if they
longsword.
hit?
All 3 could
think.
crit if they hit.
Jesus Christ.
First one. Is this with advantage as well, because it's incapacitated?
Yeah, I think so.
Incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions.
Oh, I must be getting confused.
It's restrained, isn't it? With the advantage.
Oh, unconscious is
Get
the one I'm
its
getting confused.
advantage, and unconscious is the one that gets crits. So
this
these are
one
just
doesn't get
normal
crit.
rolls. So this is 21 to hit with the first, which is fine. That's going to hit. 25 with the second. And a natural 20 with the third.
You gone.
Oh,
There it
that's
is.
a lot of d10s that I need to roll now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 4 of them. 6, 12, 14. Shit and corruption. 14, 21. 41. 41. 45, 48, 50, 53, 54, 55, 56, 59 points of damage as Remley just chops into this. It is bloodied, but somehow it is still standing, even though it's incapacitated. and Remley has just and the flame tongue longsword, as it cuts through, just almost slicks off these metal plates as it melts through them. The river is sort of stained now with this green ichor that begins to float around, and that will be Remley's go, I believe. Yes, we will leave that as Remley's go. Back round to the top then, Borthrid, who's raging and is going to recklessly attack with his... Oh, why did that close? Come back, baby, come back. Recklessly attack with the tusk, which means advantage. 19 on the die, 24 to hit, which is going to hit.
Nice. After the fight, do you think we could use Buffer as a truffle pig and find some in the woods?
2, 4, 7 points of slashing damage to C. 7 points of slashing damage, that will be Borthrid's go. We'll then over to Kirik.
How hurt is E?
Very. I say very. It's below half. It's bloodied. Put it that way. It's not what I would consider very bloodied.
I mean, what other time am I going to have to do this? So, as the creature is kind of like retracting the horns, I want to, with my hand, just grab onto one of them. And I'm gonna cast 7th level inflict wounds.
Okay, now.
This necrotic wave just ripples along E. That is a...
Can you tell we're gonna have a long rest
that's
after this?
It is a spell attack. Inflict...
Miss. Miss.
Okay. I really don't want to, though. Unnatural 20.
Just.
That's an 8 on the dice. So that is going to be 10d10.
That's a lot of maths.
That was a lot of dice.
Ow. 29, 38. No. $39, 49, 59, 63.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
63, 64, 70 points of
70.
necrotic damage.
You're done.
Seeing as this is a big spell for you, describe to me how your inflict wounds absolutely fucking destroys E.
As the yeah, I want to say as the horns are retracting, I'm actually just gonna slice my hand slightly on the tip of the horn, and as the blood is traveling down the horn, down the head, it just kind of melts like lava as it's going through him, until eventually he just gets destroyed.
Absolutely. And where usually the inflict wounds is like a dusting effect, this time the metallic form of the Gorgon begins to melt and then just almost like contracts and compresses in on itself as if it was in a vacuum, and then just there is this metallic puddle on the floor. He dead.
Oh, the thing from Terminator 2 is going to come out. What is it? It's not the T-1000, what is it?
T100.
What's his name? Like, whatever the upgrade
No,
is.
it's the 1000.
It's T-1000. Yeah.
Yeah, it's T1000, yeah.
Right,
Cool. Kirik, anything else on your turn, sir?
I'm just double checking because I think that can move 20 feet. Okay.
Or do you need to readjust your pants at this point?
So bonus action, I'm going to move my spiritual weapon that way.
Nice.
And then I'm actually going to move. Can you attach the thing to Kirik, please? The Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, let me just do that very quickly. That should, hang on, work now.
Hey, nice. So I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I will go there.
Splash. Fucking hell. Right, let's just switch that up again.
And
Just
then
so we
I
can
will
see
stay
what's going
put.
on. So Kirik just sort of runs, jumps into this stream, and moves across. Spray splashing everywhere, and Remley's just going to sort of look up. Fucking hell. Ander. As the raven wings just start to swarm in front of you.
I
F is
will
no longer incapacitated.
use bonus action steady aim just because I want advantage on the bow, on my bow attack, and I will say to Remley, I'm the waste of space, you couldn't even finish off a creature that can't move, as I launch my arrow.
Mind lance at him.
Go on, be an natural 20. Oh, it's a 19! If I'd have been using my dagger, that would
Fucking
count
hell.
as a crit, but that's okay, a 32 to hit,
Yep.
Is it that one?
No.
with
Oh.
12 piercing damage and a sneak attack damage of...
It really doesn't matter, but I'll let you roll it.
Thank you. 19.
Nice. Describe to me how you kill this giant metallic boar, then. Or bull.
So as
rather.
it's stuck looking at me like a deer in the headlights, I'm going to fire my arrow with such force as going to go through its head and out its ass.
Nice. And again, you can see sort of like the ripple effect as you just hear this arrow go clink, out the other side and embeds itself in a tree the other side. And as it comes out the anus, this just splatter of green ichor, and the form just sinks into the stream. What you notice almost immediately is that the water cascades across the top of the metallic skin now. It just automatically, like, instantly begins to rust. Well, that's
I'm
F.
not concentrating anymore either. As slow as going.
Yes, you are correct.
And that is my turn.
So, with one of these mofos left, it is then Dargon's turn.
Cool. I shall turn around as I have literally just seen the rest of it in front of me being decimated by the Lord of the Kirik. So 5, 10, 15. I shall
He's just
charge
slowly
up.
flying around.
I'll charge up and I shall attack C.
Imagine a Blade / Punisher / Van Helsing type movie where Kirik just goes on the rampage against the undead. I'd fucking watch that.
It's almost like that's one
yeah.
of the inspirations.
I mean, Netflix put worse things on there. Let's make it happen.
It's true. It's true.
Green Flower Part 3.
Yeah.
We can make it a trilogy, but like
Vengeance
Boaz,
of the Cleric.
One man, one island.
You've got to have
One man, one
catchphrase, though.
This Halloween, Kirik goes back to Green Flower.
Oh my god, it's so good.
The way you
I want to
describe
make.
it,
I
Raven
want to
Queen
make that trailer
says
now.
Goodbye.
that's straight to TV movie, that is. That sort of trailer.
Yeah.
Well,
well,
that needs clipping.
no,
That whole
yeah.
segment needs clipping.
3 attacks on C.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, we're playing D&D, sorry.
26, 28, 23.
Yeah.
they thought they couldn't get reach. Now they're trapped.
One man.
Never mind. I'll stop.
It'll be the only movie of its type without a love interest because Kirik hasn't got time for that shit.
Nope.
Unless his love is the
No
Raven Queen,
interest.
obviously.
54 points of damage.
54.
54 points of damage.
Oh, that means we could get a Raven Queen in the movie as sexy as Matt's description / Stick's picture.
Sticks
who are we gonna
drawing,
get to cast?
absolutely.
Yeah. Who are we going to cast as a Raven Queen in that?
Oh, there you go. Fan cast time.
If I had my way, it'd be Kelly LeBrock from Weird Science, dressed as the Raven Queen. Oof.
Oh, see, I reckon Kate Beckinsale would make a good Raven Queen.
I've
That's just
seen her
because
in
of
leather quite a lot, and I agree.
That is absolutely because of Underworld. Yes.
Is she British?
Now I'm
Has
totally
Raven Queen
distracted.
got a British accent?
I think she's British, yeah.
All the best people are.
I mean,
might be
Kate
like-
Beckinsale's British. In our world, yes, everybody has a British accent apart from Gore, Remley, and a few others.
It's very true, yeah. But also, does anyone really want to see us try an American accent?
Right, my campaign 2, I'm
Anyway.
from Texas.
Yeah, oh, brilliant.
Excellent. So C is now bloodied.
That's my go.
Excellent. Okay. It is C's turn. C is just going to sort of... in fact, needs to roll very quickly to make sure this works, which doesn't. So he's not going to do that. He's going to roll a 50-50. In fact, no, he gets advantage against Bothrid. Bothrid's already hit it. In fact, no, we will roll. You've just hit it. I won't be that unfair to myself. I'm still going to hit Bothrid anyway.
You said the whole conversation
Gore
with yourself.
attack. I did just have a whole conversation with myself, but it's fine. Unnatural 20.
I mean, yeah,
Which
obviously I
is
will
definitely...
Sentinel as well. It's not going to make any difference because I haven't moved, but yeah.
Unnatural 20. To an armor class of 12. Is going to hit. That's going to be... Duh. Not of them. That's D20s, not D12s. 2D12. 11, 12, 13... 18 points of piercing damage because Bothrid is raging, reduced to 9. But should have been at advantage, so we'll just double check. Not a natural 20. That is C's. Yeah, C's go. These creatures are just unrelentless.
So
So
I'll use my reaction to attack C because he attacks
Okay.
someone next to me. It's a dirty 20. Does that hit?
Dirty 20 just hits.
Ooh.
Stick, yes, I am all for Liv Tyler as the Raven Queen.
Oh, good call.
Yes.
Tyler, good call.
Although the fact you called a daughter of Aerosmith Singer and you didn't know her name, take a disadvantage on your next roll.
That is
I still have a fat crush on Liv Tyler, actually.
14 points
Yeah.
of damage.
14 points of damage, or
Yeah.
40?
14, 1-4.
14. 1-4, excellent. C is still up. I feel like we've lost total track of this battle now, but anyway. That is
Tyler
your
was worth it.
reaction.
What is happening? Oh, it's still an enemy? Oh, okay.
What is that?
Oh, we're still fighting.
Remley, at this point, is going to look around and just be like, well, that's a fuck ton of ravens. Nice for you to join the party, Under. Kicks the rusting body of the Gorgon and then is going to 5, 10, 15 climb up that bank. 20, and is just going to sit down. I think I'll let the boys get this one. And it is then Borthrid's turn, who is raging, is not happy, is going to recklessly fucking tusk attack this shit. Cool. Where's me the nat? Where's me the nat 20? Where's me the D20? That's a lot. That's a 22 to hit. Which is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 points of slashing damage. 12 points of slashing damage. That'll be Bothrid's turn, and we are then over to Kirig.
Bonus action, move my spiritual weapon towards the creature.
Nice.
And attack.
Bop.
17.
17 does not hit.
I thought not. In that case,
Time as the raven dagger just... It does make that bing sound.
That.
Exactly.
A little bit lighter. It's just...
5, 10, 15, 20.
Sounds like nails on
I
metal.
don't have chocolate hammer as a sound effect on here.
20. Can I go up the bank here?
Yeah, I'll say it's an extra 5 feet to go up the bank.
Okay, 20, so 35. 20, 30, 35, 40, that should be enough. I will no. I haven't used a spell, technically, so I'm gonna Guiding Bolt him.
Oh, nice.
As I will just open my hand towards him, just over the shoulder of Dargon, and I'm
17th
gonna
level.
shoot the Guiding Bolt towards him. Let's do it at fourth.
Fourth.
No, fourth, so
Cast
it
the
counts as
fifth.
fifth. Yeah, pretty much. That's what happens. It's my life now, just constant upcasting. Guiding Bolt. So that's going to be A. It's not going to hit. That's an 18.
Oh,
18 does not hit. This guiding bolt streaks over Dargon's shoulder and just hits one of the trees beyond this radiant energy. Dark radiant energy just blasts around.
save the trees.
That's my turn.
Well, it's got to be some hours. It's got to be some hours, Kirik. Has to be some hours.
But
Kirik.
Oh, no,
so you're going to
not
right produce it, direct it, and star on it, are you? Is that what you're doing?
I'll pull a Kenneth Branagh, sure.
Going to do the full
Yeah.
Tom Hanks on it?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Ander. And
Well.
going back in the chat, because I've just noticed JK's comment around the Grecian bulls. It's funny you should say that, because Gorgons are a Grecian creation, and that is exactly what these are based on.
Indeed.
So there you go. Carry on, Ander.
I will use steady aim to fire an arrow at C. Can I see C?
Oh, go on. From a billion miles
I mean,
away.
there's a
Yeah, that's 20.
dirty gate tree in the way. So
Under
I'm
the
going to
tree?
give you disadvantage. I mean, the dirty great tree. There is this huge great fuck off tree here in the way.
So if I use steady aim,
You
it'll
need
just
to
give me a
fire.
normal roll.
I'll give you a normal roll against it.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That is a 29 to hit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Piercing
hell.
damage of, oh bloody hell, 8 piercing damage, but then sneak attack of,
You get that if
Yes, you
you
still get
ha-
your sneak attack. Still
Oh,
get
yeah.
your sneak attacks as people engaged.
Yes.
24 sneak attack.
So as Bothrid's raging, and Dargon's been hitting this thing, and the both of you sort of go to attack this creature, this arrow just... and C just almost like falls to the side as this gout of green liquid just sprays everywhere. And there's this roiling, like, no, I'll say, a roaring sound as the bull-like creature just falls to the side. And where were you aiming this? Granted, it was at disadvantage.
Just for the head, and then as it hits, I'll say to the others, "You're welcome."
And C just crumples to the side. The body again just sort of ripples, and the plates almost just like settle. And the form also almost just it becomes formless, so to speak.
That
These are
one
brutally
counts as
crumpled.
Bothrid's.
Understood the reference.
And we are out of combat, folks.
Nice.
Oh dear, love it.
Kirik goes back to normal size as well.
So, well, we're not going to need that much map anymore, so we can bin that one.
Yeah.
Cool. So Kirik immediately sort of shrinks down. Bothrid is just going to sort of... His form shrinks down into the Bothrid you are used to rather than the boar. And his eyes that have been sort of... As he returns to that humanoid form, the hobgoblin form, his eyes are burning sort of like an orange, with an orange glow, and that just simmers down and fades. And yes, the rage is gone. At this point, Remley's just going to sit there, and he's pulled out like part of his ration and he's just like chewing on an oat bar or something.
Is everyone alright?
Say again, lad.
That. Is everyone alright?
We'll come to you. Ander and Remley sort of make their way across the bridge, just sort of saunter. Ander smug as fuck, I imagine.
100%. Swagger. That's what. Strutting across the bridge like a boss.
And as you sort of regroup on the other side, this is when Deimos and the army sort of catch up. As all in all, that took about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. 5 rounds.
Yeah. We don't fuck
So the
about.
army comes sort of sprinting up, and Deimos is there. You can see the arcane energy building in his hands. He just looks and goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I missed another one."
Conveniently.
Oh well. Cross the bridge then, gents. Oh, sorry, and lasses.
Watch it, it's slippery.
Looks pretty fucking stable to me. I've seen slippery bridges. And he winks at Kirik.
That goes on.
Well, I mean, Kirik, you can make a any check you want there. So like intelligence check, wisdom check.
What would you
Try and
make
get
for an
that reference.
innuendo check?
Is it an innuendo?
It'd have to be. Well, that's true. It's got to be. If it was insight, Kirik would know every innuendo bit, so it can't be a wisdom check. It's got to be a charisma check. 'Cause
No,
that's the
but
sexy check.
you
Isn't it?
just to be able to learn people, you have to have the experience of seeing that sort of stuff being talked about, and Kirik just doesn't. So
You should be fully adverse in it now because you have been drowning in innuendo since you've been friends with us.
this is also true. But yeah,
Cool, so that does go across. Go on.
Yeah, Kirik's just gonna. I'm just gonna ask. Well, what time of the day is it? Sorry.
It's probably at this point around midday.
Okay.
So the sun is high. I say the sun is high. There's more light than usual in this darkened environment that you exist in now that Nyland's pretty much covered in this thick-ish grey cloud. You do see, as we've seen on the map, these sort of shafts of light where the clouds do shift slightly every now and again and sunlight does just break through.
All right. Well, going.
Let's carry on.
Yeah, we're still pretty far out.
I'll.
Alright, no,
I'll take
that's
this
for the
guy's
wicked.
Just keep an
Cool.
eye
So
out.
Peggy just sort of swoops down and you alight, or take flight, I should say. And
I think we should keep
this guy.
quite a good pace because although we killed an imp camp, we don't know if we missed others. So an element of surprise may not be an element of surprise. So I want to be quick.
Okay. As I quickly switch maps.
You
for
say that,
myself.
I know, but I'm pretty sure
Um,
that the element of surprise goes out the window when we take out Deluin.
Yeah. I'm hoping our sneaky element at Deluin will go unnoticed while Lena creates a good distraction. But if the imp if another imp has reported we're here, the jig is up, I suppose.
We'll just have to hope that one that I killed was the only one.
Could I, as I'm up there, could I cast See Invisibility and have a look?
You can cast See Invisibility.
Anything that might be around.
What's the range on that?
It's just my sight. I can just see invisible
sight.
creatures. Yeah. And I can see into the ethereal plane.
Interesting. So with that, as your eyes sort of bleed black, and you begin to sort of see the world beyond the world, if you like. Every now and again there is the odd shape that sort of sifts through, and you recognise them as spirits, being naturally attuned to death. Like, not very often, but often enough for you to realise what they are. But then you do notice, hovering above the wall band, a tiny speck of something.
Anyone? I'm going to try as casually as I can to just sort of fly down slightly, and I want to see who specifically is it over.
Yeah, as you sort of streak down, or sort of gently descend, and Peggy takes this sort of wide berth and these undulating turns, and you just sort of then slowly hover over the top, you notice that where Lena and Micaiah are, in the middle of this warband, there is this tiny, spindly winged creature with this sort of forked tail, and these two horns invisible above the top of them. Above the top of them? Or over the top of them? English.
Second language.
No, that's bad English.
That's my first language.
It's not good. I'm going to fly by it, and I'm going to inflict wounds on it.
Fuck you.
So as Peggy comes gently sort of just flying across the top, and you can see sort of some of the elves that look up as Peggy comes across this, sort of just look up in wonder, and then there's a moment where your hand reaches out and you just almost caress the face of this creature. Cast inflict wounds for me. Roll to
26 to hit.
26 is going to hit.
This is supposed
32 points of
As your hand streaks or just gently strokes across the face of this creature, its head twists towards you, and then its body just becomes visible for the briefest of seconds before it just ashes away.
I'm going to then I'm going to land, and Peggy's actually going to walk by the side. I'm going to dismount, and I'm going to tell Lena, do you, as sort of clean my hand, well, suddenly someone trying to track you down, one of the two of you, do you have any way of seeing around you things that are hidden?
How did I know you were going to do that to me? Please hold caller. 1, 2. I think Lena will look at you and say, What do you mean, Kirik?
a way to see into other planes, maybe even invisibility, creatures that are invisible.
I'm not sure that's something in my wheelhouse, so to speak. I could certainly... Well, once we've rested, I could perhaps look at doing something like that. Why? Are we being followed?
We are, yes. There was another one of those imps flying around.
Oh, shit. Well, I guess the jig is up. Interesting that
Well,
we've
it
not
didn't
been
go anywhere. It's,
just following.
well, I got rid of him, so I don't think he had time to report to anyone.
Well, I suppose that's one thing then. Micaiah, I don't suppose you have anything to help here? No, it's not for that type of creature at least. I can sense others, but I'm naturally more attuned to the Fae, for that's what our city was about, guarding from the Feywild.
Well, I'll keep an eye out, just in case. Maybe Deimos has got something. I'll ask him. I'll kind of plug along towards Deimos.
Okay. Deimos is just sort of there as he's walking. Every now and again he just sort of looks up, and then he's flicking through a book, looking up, flicking through a book, looking up, trips over a root. Fuck.
I'll kind of like hold him so he doesn't fall down.
Oh, fuck. Meh. Thank you.
Hello. We had
Alright.
another one of those imps around trying to spy.
Another one?
I was wondering
Fucking hell.
if you have any way of maybe seeing invisible creatures or preventing them from staying with us for too long.
Well, if you see him, I can certainly deal with him, but I'm more of the illusory type.
That's what I thought you might see through. But all right.
We can always
Well, I'll
try and
keep an eye
befriend
out.
one of them if you want to do that.
I'm not very good at making friends. So.
Well, I don't know. You seen this fucking group? Jesus Christ, buddy. You're a fair one. Not when it comes to devils, I imagine.
Well,
Alright, well, good looking out, I guess.
yeah, you too. And I'll walk ahead towards Dargon and the.
Cool. So Dargon and Bothrid, Remley are all sort of leading this party, if you like. Ander is somewhat in the middle, with Remley being there like, no, lad, you're definitely not going ahead. It's all good.
Yeah. As
yeah.
we're walking, I'll
Um,
say to Ander and to Dargon, we have another one. Well, we had another one with those imps flying around. So I suppose we need to keep an eye out, and maybe when we stay on watch, we also pay extra attention when we stop.
Yeah, we've got to deal with them before they can get away. Again, hopefully not.
I'll spread the word down the line. When we rest, keep a close eye out. Although if they're invisible, that may fuck us up just a little bit.
My limited understanding, Kirik, of my abilities, best I'll be able to know is that there's something is hidden nearby. With my ability to be able to detect that type of magic, it's not really going to show me where they are. I suppose that might help, but I can't really pinpoint.
Yeah, it's better than anything. I can see invisible creatures for a bit, but I can't pass that power to anyone else, which is...
No. I think we also probably need to keep our... Well, I mean, let's not discuss any plans where ears might be able to hear it, unless we're certain. So,
It's a good plan.
yeah. After all, we are just on a walk for a picnic down south. Isn't that right, Kirik?
With 200 elves behind us.
Who's going to carry my picnic?
That's true, he does eat a lot.
Precisely.
I'm sure. Either way, if this enemy had heard what we're doing and was want enough, I expect they'd have done something about it by now.
Well,
True.
let's hope we don't have any more intrusions until we get to our picnic.
Aye, picnics. Fantastic things. I hope you brought the ale.
Shit, the ale.
And with that, I will say, as we then sort of carry on, Kirik.
I was going to make a joke that I had the alchemy joke. But just a look.
Fantastic. As the warband marches on for another half day and the sun begins to set and it begins to get darker still, that is where we are going to take a short break. Let Danny deal with the family stuff that's going on in the background there. We'll have a quick rest and a quick break, and we will see you back here in about 5 or 10 minutes.
See you in a minute.
A bit.
Hello!
Hello.
Nobody made the dirty joke before we went back on stream there, which was awesome. So,
Behaving ourselves.
disappointed in you all. So yes, we are all back. Obviously, we have just dealt with the imp issue. Before that, again, I'm going to call out September because I can, and it's there. There's money off subscriptions if you feel like subscribing to your favourite D&D stream, which we know is us. The narcissist in me is going to go back in the box now. But yes, no, thank you for everybody who's engaged in chat tonight. It's amazing to see our returning fans. And of course our resident fourth moderator. But thank you so much. I have just been pinging a few folks in the background around the competition winners as well, so we are sorting those out ASAP, and we'll get the prizes out to you as soon as we can. Just once we've got things printed off and sent and ready to ship, and we will go from there. So yes, I think with that, as we then settle down for the evening, I'm pretty sure Kirik's probably going to be on edge a little bit, given what's just happened. But the warband sort of goes off the beaten track a little bit into this sort of copse of trees. I say copse of trees. It's a wood that will house 200 people and gives them a relative cover. What are we doing on this particular evening then?
So, the only thing I can really think of... Oh, yes, we actually dropped stream.
I was going to say, was that the time?
It is that time. Stream has ended.
2 hours in.
Hey, there we go. And we're back.
We're back.
Hey!
It's like fucking clockwork.
It's early this week, isn't it?
It's early this week, yeah.
It was a bit early. There we go. Cool.
Alright, hopefully we're all back now. Yeah, I will, because I can't think of much else to do, but you reminded me last week, gonna read my book.
Me too.
How many hours would you like to read your book? So, Simao, for you last week, I knocked off a certain amount of hours on your book. For
Pretty
you.
nice like that. Right, what are we talking about? We're talking. I mean, can we do like 4 hours before impeding on a long rest?
I'll allow it, given the motion of the war band, and there's people that aren't as hardy as you lot, and you sort of settle down, and it takes a while to set up camp. People to all filter in, given there's 200 of you, for everybody to sort of find an area, and you sort of set up this perimeter, if you like, and then with the main cap in the middle, and Lena and Micaiah are sort of dead centre of this. If anybody's familiar with military terms, harbour area, they get set up in this wooded area. And I'm going to let you guys decide where you are in this almost like triangular setup of a perimeter. You can be in the middle, you can be on the outside, you can be at an
In
apex.
theory, wouldn't I be the centre of the camp and everyone's around us to protect us? Well, us and Lena, I suppose.
Well, that's what I've left that up to you. So Lena and Micaiah are dead centre, being commanders of the army. Commanders of the armies of the north. Had to get it in there.
Yeah, I'd say we'd be in the middle as well, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the defenders all set up this triangular perimeter within the woods, and it is military precision as well. They all instantly know what jobs they've got to do. There's a couple of sentry posts set up and sort of forward observation posts. I'm going back into my military history now. And yeah, you set up camp for the evening, and Dargon, while this is all happening, and you sort of let the defenders get on it, which is strange for you as a party. Usually you have been solely responsible for setting up camp and making sure it's defensible. This time you've got 200 bodies to go and do it for you, so you all sit in the middle. So Dargon, 4 hours, absolutely, crack on.
Yeah, the previous night is when I was walking around like silhouettes.
Love it.
You're muted.
Light discipline, come on.
Close one eye if you're going to look at the fire.
Amazing.
All that lot, yeah. This time, feeling a little happier that the fact we're all there. So. Cool. I currently have, for
Shouldn't
those
look at my
Minecraft
phone.
nerds, I have a stack of hours. So.
Nice. So, you read 4 hours of your book. Ander Kirik.
I was thinking I was going to read my book, but then I thought I've still got 38 hours left, so I'm never going to read that before I face Asmodeus to get my +1 performance check. But my performance is +18 anyway, so...
Hey, don't knock it. I mean, I'm going to try it every second. We've got a couple of days here, right?
Yeah,
Do you
I'm torn
still
between...
have the Tome of Leadership?
I do.
Yeah,
Which
because
gives
he
me-
bought another one, or got another
Yeah, I
one.
finished that, because that gave, when we
Finish
like,
it,
retconned a week, because that gave me my +2 to charisma.
We did indeed. There you go.
Yeah. So I'm torn between
I knew
reading
I'd
my
give you
book
the shit.
or keeping morale high by playing music for the camp. I might do that.
Okay. Are you going to play a Song of Short Rest?
Well, we're having a long rest though, aren't we? So it's a bit redundant.
I know. It's fine.
But
So
it'll
you...
be of a similar vibe. It'll make everyone feel better, inside and out.
And it does give people that good
Because I'm
feeling. And I think,
super skilled, it'll be a pan flute loot combo.
oh, nice. You've got sort of this... You've rigged up this stick-type mechanism to...
I did that.
no pun intended there, stick. To get the pan flute sort of in front of you, just resting on it, and you're there with the lute, sort of diddling ding 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 ding. They were just two tunes that came straight off the top of my head. At some point, a couple of the elven guards, the defenders, come in, and one pulls out almost like a violin type instrument and plays that alongside you. Another one pulls out almost like a handheld device with numerous holes in it that they can sort of place their fingers on, and just one little tube that they blow into. If anybody's familiar with a certain gaming series, it's an ocarina, and they begin to play along with you as well.
I spent too much time playing that on Zelda and not enough completing the actual game.
Amazing. Amazing. Still one of the best-selling games of all time.
Wow.
Who knew?
Nice.
I need to get it for my Switch. That's what I need to do. I say my Switch, it's my daughter's Switch,
yes.
but I bought it for her.
Yeah. But she's at school, so.
And I'm at work.
I'm laughing at the chat, which is a stick mechanism. So if you were a mechanism, what would you be used for? Anyway.
Anyway.
I'll put it in the chat.
Before we...
Moving right along.
Oh, God. Literally. Like, instant...
He was right in
Straight
there.
in there.
Just like he's not
I don't know how... Like, you physically typed that quicker than you could have said it as well, which just shows how well-versed you are in typing that in. Anyway, you all begin to bed down for the evening. Now, you do have 200-odd individuals to take watch. Does anybody want to take a watch with some sentries and guards at any point?
Hell no,
Yes.
I'm the king. I'm
will.
going to bed. On my fluffy
Under
pillows.
it.
It's like that. Sort it out.
He's drooling into his, thick fur-skinned covered bed.
I think at some point Remley is there. Remley does take like a bit of a watch and sort of the first one, and then sort of lays down in the middle and hears Anders snoring. Fucking hell. Elbows you. Shut up.
Yeah, I will, of the central area, and for 2 hours, or however long it is. I'm just double checking that I think I should be able to cast detect magic at will. I will be having to concentrate on that, so I don't know whether that will make a difference to then the rest of my perception. But yeah, I will keep that up for the time, keeping an eye out for any type of illusory magic around, and I know that it will be super vague.
Deimos lights up like a Belisha beacon.
Oh.
So, in particular, the book that he has at his waist is just like this. When I pull up my auras,
Keep
very bright
Keep it in your fucking pants, Jim.
brown aura that's just almost like pulsating off him. But even he himself has this sort of brown aura around him. With Detect Magic up, there's a lot of green that springs up around the place as well. There's various enchanted items on people. Lena sort of glows, Micaiah glows, Remley's new sword glows, he himself glows slightly as well. You lot all light up as well, to the point where Dargan, you're a bit like, let's not look in the middle.
I like
And you
keep
begin to sort of
looking
look up to
then,
the skies.
Yeah, keep it looking up. That's where we've seen them before. So any sort of big brown splodge that goes across the the top.
Excellent. I am going to say you see nothing.
All right, cool.
No big brown splodge. Unless... no, make me a perception check.
$13.
13. Good to know.
Cool.
Sorry, that was really anticlimactic there.
And then I will go to bed.
Okay, Kirik.
You're muted.
You are muted.
Oh, have you got this again?
Oh no. Not again. Not again.
Kirik is going
Gonna
to...
blame the stream dying.
Yes, we could
For a
well
second.
blame that. Quite probably.
This could be fun. Okay, while that's all happening then, I will say you probably, as a collective group, only keep watch for maybe an hour, 2 hours at most. The rest is left to the defenders. Somehow at any point just speak. If you want to try and test, I'll keep looking. And if I hear your voice, we'll go from there.
Oh, nearly.
There we go.
Something.
Yeah,
there you go.
that was
Yeah, that's good.
great.
Awesome.
That's just needed to reset, apparently. Hello, welcome back. I will cast the invisibility, and I will look out to see if I see anything.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just nosying my alcohol cupboard to see if I've got anything that I can potentially drink. Which I don't think I do. I think it's empty. Oh no, there's a few things in there. Anyway, as you cast See Invisibility again, within this copse itself, every now and again you just get this sort of flash of an individual, which is quite clearly a spirit that is beyond this plane. You see into the ethereal plane. Every now and again they sort of like float up from the floor and then float back down. It's rather surreal. Make me a perception check, please, with advantage.
I already have advantage.
You do already have advantage with that one, I believe.
$21.
Maths. You see nothing. Other than these individuals, they're just sort of
That's
every now and again.
Didn't really fill me with confidence.
Asmodeus is behind you, but you see nothing.
Well, in that case, I'm going to spend some time looking at this spirit that is not in this plane. There's maybe going to be a little flash behind Kirik's eye, as he might have an idea.
Okay. What would you like to do specifically then, sir? Just paying attention to this individual?
Yeah, just look at what they're doing, and like I said, Kirik's just gonna think a little bit about it and is gonna have an idea for the next morning.
Okay, make me an investigation check, please. Well, yes, a stick. I've just noticed we are buffering a fair amount. Not sure what's going on, but we will work on it in the background.
Fuck you,
So with
internet.
a 12. It's a good thing I've got it, is all I'm going to say today.
Well, yeah, true.
So, as you pay closer attention to this individual, the clothes that they wear are certainly not in keeping with the time that we're currently in. They almost wear much more rudimentary vestments, hide coverings. There's a spectral, very roughly hewn like blade. Looks like it's been made out of stone, if you like, at their belt, or what you could call a belt. This wrap, almost like a hemp rope that's around their waist. The figure looks relatively humanoid. Pretty convinced it's human. And we've lost you again.
That one I do know why.
Hey!
That one wasn't
I
me.
sneezed. Yeah, I will. I can't interact with this creature, so I'll just, after looking a little bit at it, just kind of stay put, and I'll go to sleep.
Okay. Just before you go to sleep, make me another perception check, please. Again with advantage. I think you've already got it anyway.
Yeah. That's not. Oh, that's not bad at all. 24.
Again, you see this tiny creature, probably around 30 feet above you, just invisible,
30
floating
feet?
above you. 30 feet.
Cool. Then just before I go to sleep, I'll 6th level guiding bolt it.
Luckily, this is at night, and Kirik being Kirik, this streak of dark energy just blasts into the sky, which nobody sees coming, to be honest. Roll to hit, please.
That's a natural 20.
Nice. Roll that damage. Not gonna matter, but roll that damage anyway. I just want to see what it is.
It is 18d6, so I'm gonna do that on D&D Beyond. For the sake of
Yeah, I probably would as well.
Sanity. So... Oh no, wait, because it is upcast, so it's actually 20d6? Yeah, it's 20d6.
Jesus.
Crit hit.
Click,
Roll.
click, 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 click.
Yeah, it's gonna be loud. Oh, there's a lot of ones in there though. 70 points of radiant damage.
As this streak of radiant energy just blasts into the sky,
Can I,
you
can
lose sight of
I
this
just
thing
point out?
as you're...
That was what you did last time.
Was it?
I didn't have to change it.
Yeah.
As
My
this
new number.
energy streaks into the skies, you lose sight of this creature as the bolt hits it, and then there is nothing left.
And with a sense of duty well done, I will go to sleep.
And just as you rest your head and go to sleep, 4 figures raise out of the ground. Again, you notice them in the ethereal plane. These are metallic looking humanoids, each with different symbols on them. You recognize the symbol of Cord, symbol of Palor, symbol of Avandra, and the symbol of Moradin as well. And these are creatures equipped for battle, various weapons. And it's almost like they focus on you for a second and then just sink into the floor and disappear away. You want to steer into the ethereal plane, mate. I'm going to totally fuck with your head.
As you wish. Yeah.
Good stuff. See you bed down for the evening.
You can currently see the army of Gondor that are currently ghosts.
Just waiting for Ander to
Release them from
Come
their
here.
spell.
fulfill your oath. Cool.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to think of the
I'll go sleep.
quote. Trying to
It's
think
been a
of the
while since
quote.
I've watched
It's been a while.
Return of the King. So I might do that again. Cool. Yeah, I'll go to sleep. Before I go to sleep, however, are we likely to reach Deluin on the next day, or is there still another day of travel? Would I know that?
Corner.
Probably because we have a map.
You reckon if you keep moving at the fast pace, by the end of the next day, you will be very close to Deluin. And the quote I wanted to remember: "The way is shut. It was made by those who are dead, and the dead keep it."
The way is...
Cool. Awesome. Then I'll go to sleep.
Excellent. Kira goes to sleep. And you all long rest. So let's go through a few character sheets here. Long rest. 1.
Let's press that.
All 200 of the party, is that what you're doing?
If you think I'm doing 200, you got another fucking thing coming. What I really should do is create the defenders as NPCs, though. Don't need to worry about them, don't need to worry about them, and certainly don't need to worry about them. Cool.
In a battle scenario,
Excellent.
would you use... What would be the mechanics of doing 200 people?
Maybe we'll find that out.
Nice little tease there, well done.
Excellent. Just open the kimono a little bit there. Cool. So you all sleep. And it is a dreamless sleep. A solid rest. And you wake up in the morning to gentle sort of nudges from various elven individuals. You can see Lena and Micaiah have exited their tent, if you like, and are already sat. Micaiah is sort of lacing up one of her boots. Lena herself is strapping on the sort of hide cloak that she wears and sort of pulls that around herself and grasps her staff, ready to go. The defenders, the camp is pretty much broken already. As Remley sort of sidles along. Here, boys, eat. Got a long day ahead of us. Let's hope we don't run into any more strange metallic balls. Although, Ander, you do handle your balls well.
And I'll look at my crotch and look at him and go, thanks.
I said balls, not balls.
Sorry, it's your accent, they sound the same.
Aye, it's always the accent. Racist.
Hey, I am a inclusive king.
Aye, I know, just pulling your leg. Right then, boys, are you ready?
To clarify, we understand that there's possibly... Is it one more night? Like, not necessarily on the
One more
outskirts.
full day of travel.
Yeah.
You reckon? Well, by way you're travelling, the road itself, which you've been following along the river, is now beginning to veer off and head towards sort of like the southwest. And a no stick, me doing a sleep without a dream, amazing.
I think it's more about the fact that what I would plan, is that the army do not get there after full days of travel. So it would be just confirming with Lena that we need to stop on the outskirts, not in sight, probably 2 to 3 hours away, as long as there's enough to hide us.
So Lena unfurls a map at this point, and you sort of look at the road. Perhaps then it's best we camp maybe north of here, and she points to where the peninsula that Deluin sort of guards begins to break off, and there's sort of this inlet of the sea. Maybe here. It's a short distance to the Platinum Peaks, so we'll have to be extra careful. I have no idea what is possibly in those mountains right now. But at least that then gives us a couple of hours travel at most to get to Deluin.
Yeah, I would say it's going to be our main rendezvous, and I would also say that it's going to be no fires.
That's fine. We can do that. We're elves.
No fires, and we'll stay nearby. Not double
No
the watch,
fires.
but increase it. We don't want to be
You mean
seen.
I've got to be cold?
Snuggle up to Ander. He's fine. He's harmless.
I'll pass. Thanks.
I know it's
No
difficult
offence,
for me.
my king.
I know it's difficult for me to say. Well, easy for me to say no fires when I barely feel the cold as much as you guys do. But you can understand my reticence to make us any more visible than we need to be.
Yeah.
We are far
I mean,
away
you
from
are
the north,
a
Dargon.
glowing
I think
beacon
we'll be
of.
fine.
Good. So we'll go by.
He does have a point, Dargon. How do you plan to sort of quench that glow prior to getting to Deluin?
I can cast a spell on him. Oh, if I cast
Cast a
darkness,
spell on
it does work. It will stop his radiant glow, but then he'll just be a walking void of black,
Mm-hmm.
which is still pretty obvious.
Are we also forgetting? Did we not plan that we were going to do this at night?
At
True.
night would be best.
In
So I
which
can
case,
cast darkness on you, and yeah,
we're going to
just
get.
disappear.
It's,
Or just invisible.
it's a long day
I'm-
to Deluin. Sorry, Gary, go on.
I saw something last night, and it got me thinking. We could, Ander, you, before you met us, when you were doing your time with him, I can assume you did a couple of assassinations, maybe? Or at least learned about them.
Ironically, I honed my killing skills with you. I was more of a con man, thief type.
Because I saw something in not in this plane, and I could only see it by casting a very specific spell, and it got me thinking that if we could travel, we could enter that plane and move where we need to go, catch people by surprise, then we'd have an upper hand.
You want to
do we do
venture into the place where spirits walk, Kirik? If I'm not mistaken. You fucking psycho.
Sounds about right.
Is it going to be better than death? Because if so, I'm down. I'm up for it.
I've never been there, so I don't actually know the answer to that question.
How do we do
As
it?
there is sort of a stunned silence, Deimos does then look left and right. All right, keep it down. Keep it fucking down.
I can bring 3 people with me.
Well,
The
if that's
discoverer
the
of that
case,
planet,
perhaps
unless-
No, sorry, my liege. You continue.
Oh, I'm not used to this. So I was going to say, so we need Deimos for the plan. So unless you took, so if you took Deimos, you and Bothrid, and then I could make Renly invisible along with myself, and we could then sneak in on foot if you wanted, or any combination of those people.
Hang on, I thought I was doing something with the sea, you know, making it scary as shit, and
You was going to do a dragon, actually.
Sorry, that's the one. Yep, illusionary. Yep, remember that now.
So maybe I'll take Deimos with me as. If you could do the ethereal plane, is the dragon plan still needed?
Sorry, actually, just remembered because I actually read my spell. I can bring 2 people with me. So it's 3, including myself.
So make
Okay, so
3 people invisible.
we either go at night. Well, we go at night anyway. Might I say early morning? Timings work out that we'll get there. We can stop early. We can all rest. We can get up in the night. We can all head out. So early morning, before the sun rises, we can start attacking. I can either take my armor off. That's option 1. Option 2.
Probably not the best option, doggone.
So it's option 1 because we never go with it. Option 2. I am a ball of darkness running along with the rest of you, but hopefully that's not very obvious at night. Option 3.
I mean, it may be enough of a distraction in itself to perhaps help the rest of you sneak into the keep while we head further round and assault the city proper.
I don't think I've explained myself clearly. If we go to another plane, we will still be able to see this one, and we can travel in any direction through any of the walls that exist in this plane.
Hang on. Whoa. Right then.
Well,
We could be like
that
ghosts.
changes the whole fucking plan.
I'm saying we march the 3 of us to where he is, and we get a surprise on him.
Clean up on Islander.
Fucking hell. Hang on, let me go put my big boy pants on. Because this is game time, isn't it?
Welcome to weird 7th level cleric spells.
Fucking hell. Right, I love the idea, and I am
Casper
happy
the friendly
with it.
assassin. I'm in for it.
Bothrid, is there any way you can try and make your way there behind us? So obviously to not burst the surprise.
Well, I can potentially, I don't know, sneak up and, well, I can do me animal stuff if I need to, sneak in.
Yeah. Is there a small climbing rodent that you can get up over unseen in and
Why be a rodent when I could just be Anders' favourite?
Spider is
Spider.
Snake.
beautiful.
Oh. Spider.
Johanna said a snake. I suppose I could turn into one of them.
Yeah, if they can climb.
Well, I've never seen snakes climb personally, but
I'm not, the way to get over your fear is to have your friends turn into them all the time, so. And I'd also had spider's legs myself, so I'm kind of coming out the other side of it. I think.
Andrew is
Oh, you
visibly
really?
sweating at this point.
Let's not test it
Bothrid's
out.
just going to be
Let's
there and giant wolf spider in the middle of the camp.
Okay, I'm not fully out the other side. Turn back.
One of the legs lifts up and just sort of goes towards your face.
I cast Dissonant Whispers.
Spied Thrid, I don't know, Spy Thrid. His leg returns and he just sort of shrinks in. Just hope I don't need to do that again, do they? I suppose I could do it once more. Maybe.
How do we feel about the
Yeah,
headings
going
in
to
Island? Are we okay with those?
It's
The
undead,
headings.
Yeah, you know, for acts against the king, such as that. Is that okay?
I'm sorry, Andy. I didn't mean to. Please don't.
He's pulling one of your 8 legs. It's fine. Let's go.
We only got. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, I can follow if needs be, but will not be as quick. I have to navigate walls. If you're walking through them, well, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's fine. But to join us at any point will be great. So
Okay.
we have that plan. We get there early, and I apparently don't have to take off my beaming beacon of armor.
Well, it looks like I'm back with the army, and I probably wouldn't have it any other way.
You climb on the back of
Well,
the wolf spider if you want.
Fuck.
I think
that.
this would also. It doesn't mean that we can't have Deimos's dragon ideas still. It just means that
Distract,
we
confuse.
potentially, and it just means that we potentially don't have to fight through a horde of enemies to get to our objective, and they can be distracted with something happening, and we can just focus on what matters right now.
If I could
So if I get this right,
advantage in the upper hand on Asmodeus, and I could try to assassinate him in one, that'd be amazing.
It's not
Fucking job.
Asmodeus we're going up against Remainder. It's
His
Right
oh
hand.
shit, cock and balls. Yeah, this the devil guy.
Hand of the King. That one.
Erendril. Pretend.
if
Go ahead,
I'm understanding you fuckers right, you want us lot do as we were meant to do, but go and create big distraction, lights, flashes, lots of magic and illusions, and really distract the whole city, while you lot sneaking through some walls, sneaky shit, and then stabby in the back. I'm game.
Right up
You
there,
go
listening.
with them, or you're staying. Okay.
Who are you
Look,
talking
that's the
to?
invisibility.
I mean, I talk to Miss Dagger, and Dagon talks to his sword. Kirik talks to the dead, and I don't know, birds. Bothric talks to plants. I mean, we've all got our weird kinks, but who the hell are you talking to?
Kirik, as you can see invisibility, roll me a perception check, please.
I thought it was going to be like a Constitution saving throw. It's just
Immediately. Perception 16.
Okay.
Whispers.
Deimos is going to look at you and, me? No, we're just, in a monologue, that shit. Nothing, honest.
In a monologue, you're supposed to be silent inside your head, not out loud.
Alright, I spent, I don't know how long, in Raven Queen's court of whatever you want to fucking call it. Forgive me if I've got a few quirks.
No, don't worry. I like them weird. I just wondered. I just like to get to know my fellow weirdos. I didn't need an insight to check to know I touched on a nerve there.
Let's just get on with the task at hand, shall we?
Right, everyone get ready. We better get there early. We'll be stopping early. We'll be getting up in the middle of the night. No fires. Move out.
All right.
Alright,
move
and
out.
who's taking point today? Because it certainly ain't fucking me.
What the fuck, man?
That's the best
That's fucked
responsible
up.
whisper that you've ever seen
That's
in
fucked
your
up,
life.
and that's like the creator of Kirik saying this. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus.
Oh dear. I need to try and focus.
We should have got.
Cool.
We need to get that on a t-shirt. What the fuck, Matt? That's what we need.
That's fucked up on the back.
That's the second year anniversary T-shirt. Jesus. Well, no, sorry, third year anniversary T-shirt.
Oh man.
Oh, right. Back in the game, you all begin to sort of march off south, and then the road turns southwest. You see the junction, and Lena, as she approaches the junction, at one point looks towards the east, and there's a brief look of longing before she turns and heads west. And you follow the coastline now. You stop, have sort of a break during the middle of the day, and keep up that fast pace. And towards mid-afternoon, you reach this heavily thicketed area with a few sort of bigger trees and bigger branches. And who's taking point at this point? Who's taking point in this moment? Let's not use point twice in the same sentence like a knob.
I mean, are we... Even if we're at the front...
Do you guys want to be central, or do you want to be at the front, is my question.
I think Lena's going to have to... Well...
I'd probably be
Lena's
central
anyway.
On.
Yeah. We'll stick with the main group, and as long as we know that there's people at the front who know where they're going, stay in the middle.
Okay. At one point, the whole warband halts, and you guys have been, for this day, you've been in the middle. Rather than been sort of taking point, all sort of keeping relative protection around the king, Lena, Micaiah, keeping that sort of central governing body at the heart of the warband. And the whole warband comes to a halt, and various elves drop to their knees, separate to the various sides, sort of hide in thickets and begin to blend in with the forest around them and the woodland, grassland, whatever is around them. And then a message is slowly filtered back in Elvish. Does anybody speak Elvish?
Yep.
And probably.
Yeah, that'll be a no.
Nope.
And the message that sort of retreats back, and you sort of overhear it being told to Lena, is 4, maybe 5 creatures ahead, uncertain of their type. Your orders, my lady. And Lena at this point is going to look to you, and I assume you understood that.
I'll just give her a nod.
Any ideas, boys?
Why is it?
4, maybe
Obviously
5
they don't know.
enemies ahead.
Oh yes, sorry.
Not
Darwin,
sure
you
what
didn't
creature.
understand that. Yes. There's something apparently ahead.
Shall we, boys?
Sure, what creature?
Before we depart, yeah, let's fight together.
Hang on, wait. I will Bamford Azazel out. Go to the front of the line. See what it is. Come back and report. Go now.
This great grey owl just streaks into the sky. Azazel is going to go beyond your range, getting to the front of this. Are you hurrying? Are you following, or are you just letting Azazel go? Are you moving forward?
Shall we move forwards?
Till the front line, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go any further.
We'll go slowly.
Micaiah is going
I'll
to turn
follow.
to Remley. You watch her. I will help, just in case. And Micaiah creeps forward with the 4 of you this time. Deimos stays put. Azazel is streaking on ahead. Huge great beats of the great grey owl wings. and there is a screech somewhere ahead. You guys slowly but surely creep up. The bell dings from a nearby town somewhere. Eventually you see the defenders beginning to thin out. And sort of they're spread, and a particular defender sort of looks towards Micaiah and does this symbol. And Micaiah sort of dives into the shrub, crawls up next. And in Elvish, what is it you see? I'm not too sure. Ranger General, 4, 5, maybe 6 figures. Something ahead in the tree line. Figured we'd make safe here and allow you to go forward. I will scout ahead if you wish. Micaiah says, no. I will, I'll go. Bothrid, maybe now, animal, whatever you can, just something. Doggone, you're like a fucking Belisha beacon, come on, just... Andy, can you do anything about that? We're going to give our position away immediately.
I could, yeah, I'll cast darkness on him then, if you want. Using the charge of my cloak.
This ball of darkness around, I think it's 10 foot
2
radius,
charges.
15 foot radius.
Let me find it.
20 feet radius.
I'm gonna have to look at the spell to double check, but yeah.
Here's a question. Dalgo, do you have Devil's Sight?
I have dark vision.
That one doesn't work
Too fair.
from memory. Yeah, you pretty much can't see, mate.
So it is a 60
I did
foot
have Devil's
range.
Sight,
If you're casting darkness, you cast it at a point.
Yeah, no, the point
This
is
60 foot
Dagon.
ball, it doesn't move with him though.
It will. Is it? No. It's the point. Oh, it says if an object is something you are holding, the darkness moves
The darkness
with it.
emanates from the
So-
object
so-
and move with it. Okay, so
So if I put it on
Dargon's
his
not an
armor,
object.
it should
I
work,
will see
shouldn't it?
Dargon's armor. Yeah, just Dargon, you become this 60 foot sphere of darkness, to which some of the defenders, what the fuck, shit, can't, Ranger General, and Micaiah just, shh. And then you hear it, this, and this slow slithering ahead. And Micaiah her hand is going to go to you under and pulls you sort of lower to the deck. Down.
Yeah, I do have Devil's Sight. I don't know why it's not coming up properly.
You do have Devil's Sight. Excellent. So
Oh,
Dargon
Yeah,
for a moment
sorry.
is in this darkness and then goes,
So I was in my character sheet. Like,
Shit,
'cause it's
ability.
Not, it's not showing up well. But
we're gonna
yes.
we're gonna change this though from Devil's Sight
Yeah.
to Celestial Sight,
Yeah.
Oh,
to the point where as this darkness forms around you, almost instinctively your eyes bleed gold and you can see through that darkness and out. And as everybody else hits the dirt, and you can see people, you can see a couple of the defenders around you panicking, and you place instinctive hands against them, just sort of push them down to the dirt, just sort of relax.
You go.
This strange snake-like creature with folded wings, great feathery wings, and this tail that almost looks like it ends in these leaf-like patterns, just slithers out and then raises itself up, and the wings, great feathery wings, just spread. Everyone
how far away is this creature?
in their heads. It is only around 50 feet away.
Have we ever seen
But
it
everyone
before?
in their heads at this point. Who goes there? Show yourselves.
Has Dargon ever seen it before? Know of it?
Make me. Going to give you a choice of 3: religion, history, or arcana.
I'd like to do that too.
All the same.
Anybody can make any of those checks.
History, religion.
What did you say, sorry?
History, religion,
Religion,
or
history, or
arcana?
arcana. And
13
of course,
for me.
Kirik, given your backgrounds, you can add an extra proficiency on top of that if you wish.
Extra
Or advantage. Yeah, I'll allow that one as well.
Oh, I only got a 13, so maybe not.
I will do
Okay, 13.
Arcana.
Dargon?
13.
13.
19.
As this creature sort of streaks forward, you can see that its shape has changed from that of a human female into this huge snake-like creature with these wings. And somewhere in the back of your mind, Kirik, you are reminded of these benevolent serpentine beings, intelligent and insightful. And as you now look upon the green, orange and white wings and the gentle manner that this sort of crawls and slithers, you reckon this is a Coatl. In this moment, one of the defenders is knocking an arrow into the longbow and is drawing it back. And Mackay is
Put
just
my
there,
hand
steady. Kirik?
and I will answer to the creature. When they asked for who goes there, I'll say friends of this kingdom.
Snake-like head, this tongue just darts out, sort of raises itself up. Friends of this kingdom are rare. Who marches near our grove?
Does only Kirik hear that, or is this like out to?
Everybody hears this in their head,
Okay.
literally beamed into their brain.
Okay. Under, you're up.
Quite nervously, I'll stand up and go. It is I, King Andrew of Bessemer, friend of all the groves. Ally to all the groves, even.
And is not a name we recognize. Esmir is long fallen.
Not anymore.
In a flurry of motion, this creature is gonna slither up, and now before you, Ander, as you are the only one standing, just... And it raises to its full height, which is only around as tall as you are, but the wings do spread wide. And it is just gonna look upon you, and its tongue just darts out, touches your head. The king lives. You are new, young, but with purpose. You seek that which lies to the west and beyond.
What do you seek?
seek only to survive. Forgotten.
Inside check.
Did you say you've been? Did he say he's been
Maybe
forgotten?
inside check, please. They
Oh,
seeks
yeah.
only to survive. Forgotten was the last word they used.
Wow. 21.
There is no lie as such, and you in fact would remember now that Quattles can't lie as such. They in themselves are truthful beings. They do, however, seek opportunities to answer questions vaguely, or will allow people to make their own conclusions without correcting them.
When you say forgotten, do you mean forgotten by us, so you can go on your merry way, or forgotten by our enemies to the west?
Forgotten by all. Those who birthed us, gone, trapped, hidden.
You let us go through then?
I have no reason to hinder your progress. Just leave the grove untouched, forgotten.
So, just for clarity, are we currently in your grove now?
No, you are close. And close enough.
Which grove would it be? Because obviously I have a kinship with most of the groves, with all of the groves
Give
I
me
know
a charisma
of.
saving throw, please.
Is this a fey creature?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I rolled a 21 with that. Alright, wisdom saving throw.
That was my bad. Read the wrong spell.
11.
11. You feel your thoughts being sifted through as this presence snakes itself into your mind. There's no malevolence in it, but it just snakes its way through your thoughts, and you see the Summer Grove. What I refer to is not what you allude to. My home and my grove. I will protect it, but we do not liaise or associate with the kind you follow.
Right, okay, so you don't mean the Feywild groves, okay. Well, we mean no harm to your growth, we're just passing through.
As I can tell, you seek the evil to the southwest and further north and west. That which threatens our very existence. Go, and do not return.
I'll turn to one of the elves nearby me. Pass the message on. These aren't our enemy. Do not hurt them. Stay calm.
And do not
This-
disrespect this land. So we're talking no littering, no pissing on it, or anything like that.
This message in Elvish just ripples backwards, which is, in what you understand, Ander, is allies. Protect them. Be careful. Do not soil the land. And that just ripples along through.
Hey,
Micaiah sort of looks curiously just at this creature. Does anybody know what this is? I have no idea.
Ander, do you mind? Stop. Wait.
Oh, I can't turn it off.
I'm waving, but presumably you can't see that.
I'm daggone, I can't turn it off.
Shit.
It just lasts.
Just this.
It lasts 10 minutes.
What? No.
I mean, in hindsight, I overreacted. I should have just made you invisible with my cloak, but you know, King's one and all that.
Fine. Move on.
It's a spell version of premature ejaculation.
Bro, keep walking then.
What level was that spell cast at?
Well, that is technically a second level spell in darkness.
There is going to be this subtle glow that just sort of emanates from this snake-like creature, this coatl, and that darkness just.
Oh, did you cast a second
radiant
level
glow
Good man.
begins to. The radiant glow begins to form, almost as if the magic itself was nullified.
Thank you, friend. But know this, we will consider ourselves ships in the night, and we will forget you as soon as we are out over the horizon, as per your wish.
Do not return. For to do so will be met with aggression.
Okay.
I protect
Maybe
that
put up
which
some
is
signs.
most sacred. No. I protect sacred. We remain hidden.
Dagon, can you mark this area on the map so we know?
Yeah. Yeah, hang on. I'll get it out. And I will scratch on it with a bit of charcoal or something.
Excellent. Micaiah sort of taps one of the elven defenders and rise slowly along the road. Head back towards the road. Follow it when we reach the. Well, when we reach the inlet, that's where we make camp. Forget this place. It's no longer important. We march on. And the defender just sort of nods and stands and shoulders the bow, puts the arrow back in the quiver that they had knocked. And they all sort of take this wide berth around this creature, which slithers back into the trees, and you can see it just sort of coiled around a trunk, its head just watching. And as you all pass, farewell, Wardens of the Vale. I wish you luck in your journey. And that seemingly goes unnoticed by everyone but 3 of you.
I'll put my hand on the Ander's shoulder. That was good negotiating skills. Well done.
I mean, I don't think he really wanted any trouble, but I would trust him. Would trust him on his word that if we return, we'd face hostility. So,
Wow.
so it's good to treat reasonable people.
Yeah, but if it was me in charge, I would have cut first, asked questions later. So your way was
Then
better.
perhaps it is best you are not in charge, Dargon. Micaiah sort of stalks up to you.
Oh, you're quite right. After all, it's
Well
my
done, Ander.
tendency to need to do it.
And that's why he's battle master. Not. Go on, sorry, Micaiah.
No, I was just saying it's fine. We are probably about an hour and a half away from our destination, I think. I will send the message back to just skirt around this place. God knows what that was. Never seen anything like it before. But as long as it doesn't mean us harm, I'm happy with that. We have other things to attend to. I'll I'll head back in and see Lena and inform her.
Dargon,
Yeah.
do you intend on having us sleep before we head into the place after the day of travel?
I believe we have enough time to do so. It's my intention. We'll get there early. We'll be able to rest, even with a watch. Get up in the morning, pre-dawn, and attack. Even leave the camp as it is, skeleton crew. Literally just leave with our weapons. So yes, that is my understanding of the situation.
Right. Good to know.
Good. Glad we cleared that up. I
Just want to make sure that we are ready.
just
We've
out
got
of
something prepared.
okay, just out of interest. I noticed the people around me couldn't see in that darkness, but I could. And was that because you cast it directly on me?
Well, I know that the only thing that can see through it is, like, I don't know what you would call it, but maybe you've got the celestial power to see through it, but normal dark vision or non-magical means.
Okay, I mean, I did feel some it did change, but then I could see through it again. So I wonder whether it was that.
You're welcome, Dargon.
Maybe.
Voice in your brain?
Whoa. Maybe that is something we could take advantage of in a fight.
But then wouldn't I make everybody not be able to see it and only you?
Well, yeah, so keep the fuck away from me. But, just saying. I realise there may well be a few people who can look through it.
To be fair, I can cast it from far away, yeah, so it's a 60-foot range, 15-foot area. So yeah, I could, if you're up close with the enemy.
We are potentially going up against people who may or may not be able to. Creatures who may not be able to. I can, so clearly other people can, potentially. But, I'm just saying, in the future, if you have the idea to blast it on me, you might find that we have an advantage.
Although, outside of character, everyone's going to have devil's sight, aren't they? All the...
Yeah, I mean, literally no idea. So, probably not against the big boys, but I'm going to say that there could well be a few who are not going to be able to see through this, and it could cause some hilarity.
When we get a rampaging horde of whatever other animals on our way back, it'll be useful then.
It's like I said, use at your discretion, but it may well be that you suddenly find this is a bloody brilliant idea. Even if Bothry can't see.
Or just to prank you.
I mean, yeah, reckless attack, and he's just attacking normally anyway, so it's fine.
That is true.
I like to think Bothry's reckless attack is the equivalent of when a kid just like windmills around, just running towards people.
I mean, it depends what weapon he's using, because let's be fair, Bothrid's armed to the fucking balls at this point.
You'll just keep handing him weapons, like, hey, use this.
I mean, he's got his Javelin of Lightning, he's got his Woodcutter's Axe, he's got Nature's Thread, he's got the double-bladed quarterstaff,
You just need to get him a minigun. He just needs a 50 cal, and then he's sorted.
Full Schwarzenegger.
He's just going to Rambo this shit up.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the defenders begin to rise and move on, and you sort of spend the rest of the day in a weird, hushed march as everybody tries to process what's just happened. And it begins to get darker and darker, and late afternoon, early evening, before they break away from the road and the beach and away further towards the mountains. And at this point you have very much noticed that as you've been marching, these dark, grey, almost silver peaks, sharp and jagged, begin to rise to your north and east. North and west, because I can't do geography apparently. Very malevolent, very angry-looking mountains now pierce these grey clouds. Temperature is somewhat warmer. There's no rain, it's a very still afternoon, evening.
Could Dargon look at these mountains and with his background have any idea? Does he know these types of formations in any way? He's mountain born and he's seen them all, but I kind of wonder whether he has seen these.
Well, he is mountain born. He was born in a certain type of mountain.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
It's worth a shot.
Oh.
Make me an investigation check, please. And I'm going to say add a 4 on top of it. As I like it, all are cool, but there's strictly not anything in your character sheet that would have.
Yeah, no, I totally get
like it.
However, I did roll an 80.
Here it comes.
So
Okay.
It
So
is
22.
29.
29? Holy shit.
25 plus 4, yeah, 29.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Cool, okay. 29. Fuck me.
I'll happily have 25, by the way. Like, that's literally...
Yeah.
It's fine. You look at these mountains that are very jagged and angular and angry looking. They almost look like teeth. The only time you've ever seen formations like that, it's not where the Earth itself has met and battled against itself and sort of buckled. This is where primordial forces have erupted from the very ground itself and formed ridgelines and mountains and peaks. This is where the very raw powers which guide creation have formed and created these ore-like daggers that pierce the sky.
Almost feels like the wooden stakes outside of a small village, but just on a catastrophic scale.
Yeah, you could consider it that sort of rampart, palisade type. But even then, knowing that these things don't get formed over... Mountains don't get formed over years, they get formed over centuries and millennia and ages. Even then, these things still look aggressive and angry. As if this part of Nylin was victim to a raw primordial force.
Like this happened a long time ago, but also quite quick.
Yeah, this would have happened ages and ages and ages ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, this is early creation of the kingdom sort of stuff, as in formation of the actual landmass around itself.
Yeah. Being the fact that this whole party is trying to keep quiet, Dargon's just going to be mulling this over in his head, just seeing it like, this is not nice, not right.
Excellent. So you find that the trees are sparse in this area as you're in a cove, if anything. you have the option now to head slightly further towards the peaks and maybe use the hills and the foothills, if you like, of the peaks as cover, or you can head down over the cliffs towards the cove and the beach itself to maybe create camp there and make your way back up and round towards Deluin in the early hours of the following morning. What do we wish to do, Wardens?
Is this where we sleep then, and then wake up in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two options near the mountains where we may have creatures we don't know about. The other option is up against the sea, and as much as swimming, we're kind of up against an impasse, as in being ambushed, we have nowhere to go. I don't like either odds.
Alternatively, you can just camp where you are, of course.
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere.
By the road.
Yeah, people will see us. I want to be in.
What's the plan then, gents?
What do we think?
Cliffs, mountains, find some trees. Looks a bit sparse around here.
I mean, I like the idea of being higher up.
Yeah, let's take the high ground. If we're near the sea, then we've got cliffs around us. Just killing point.
I can always cast the hut before we go to bed.
Just wake up to 200 dead elves.
Hey, that works for you and your mates. What around these fucking 200 bastards?
Oh, I thought we were separate enough.
Nah.
Well,
not yet.
Do you want to do that now?
No. Stay together.
No, not that.
Very well.
Cliffs?
So what, cliffs or foothills?
Foothills. Yeah.
Aye. And Remley, funnily enough, is going to kneel down next to the lead scout that's been sort of leading the party and whispers to them in Elvish.
Of course. His best friend was
And this defender looks at Remley like, what the... Okay. And they sort of head, and it takes about half an hour to find the right sort of camp within the foothills, and you are now further inland, literally staring now up at these towering silver mountains, jagged, and they certainly do not look passable, put it that way. You reckon from here you're almost a straight shot south towards Deluin. An hour and a half at most travel.
Yeah.
Camp is made. Kirik.
I will bring the named characters into sort of the center.
Yep.
Just after camp is made and everyone's having food. And I'll say...
It's all very subdued, I will say. So even though people are having food, as we said, light discipline, there are no fires. People are keeping low, keeping very camouflaged and hidden. Carry on.
And yeah, within the... I'm going to gather Remley and ourselves. And, I'm going to say we're going to separate tomorrow, but I wouldn't want... Well, I want to make sure that we all are in our best capabilities. So, I'm going to go into my bag. I'm going to take out a bowl encrusted with gems.
Yeah.
And within it, I'm going to take 10 minutes. And because we're doing this fairly subdued, I want to say that every time the ball goes around, passes from one person to another, the food that they want is going to appear in the bowl until it disappears. And I cast Hero's Feast.
It's amazing because Lena did not prepare this today, and Lena takes out a chalice and sort of looks and says, Kirik, do you want to... Oh no. Oh no, you're going to have to. I'm sorry, Kirik, you... Is this okay?
It's already done.
Thank you, Lena. It's
In
very
which
kind of you,
case... No, but this was my plan and I've forgotten. Kirik, you're going to need to do this again. I know you are. Here. And she's going to give you her chalice. As yours, as it eventually goes around the party, is consumed, I believe.
Yes. Tell us.
Everyone's HP is gonna go up by 19. That's one off max.
19!
That's
What
the
is
second.
everybody's-
That's the second time in the second time in 2 weeks in a row that I've rolled under. Like I would have. This would have been a divine intervention that worked again.
Now, is that temporary HP or full HP max increase?
That's full HP max for 24 hours.
Full HP max increase for 24
I'm curious to
hours.
see what everybody's favourite meal would be in the bowl. Character-wise.
So you look. Well, I will go around the party first. Ander, you sort of take it from Kirik. What's your favourite meal?
Oh, fucking hell. I was hoping to go last because I haven't thought of mine yet. Mine would be venison stew with dumplings.
Filth.
That's
Remley takes it from you next and looks in, and there is this goat-like curry which begins to fill the bowl. Oh, you beautiful bastard. And he just upends it, pours it down his throat, and hands it over to Dargon.
You see a joint of roast boar and a couple of jacket potatoes sort of thing next to it, and like parsnips, just a couple of root veg, stuff like that. Very nice.
Is that Dave's or Dargon's?
That's Dargon's. Mine would be it would be surf and turf, so it'd be half a lobster, some steak on top, some chips, maybe a port and mushroom sauce on the side, and maybe maybe some asparagus
Stop it.
wrapped in prosciutto.
Fucking 10 to 11 and I'm hungry.
Not that you thought about it.
So you then,
Mate, I cook it for
Dargon
myself
passes it
before.
over to Bothrid, and as Bothrid takes the bowl, it fills with these various herbs and vegetables, and there in the centre is this chicken breast which forms wrapped in bacon and this grilled type effect over the top, and Bothrid is just there, like, you can see the drool just dripping down. And he comes up, there's just fucking food all over his face.
He's like a
Sorry,
really Labrador, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He passes it over to Micaiah, and as Micaiah takes it, the remnants of Bothrid's meal sort of disappear, and these vines and root vegetables and tomatoes and fruits and everything appear, and she just begins to tuck in, and takes probably about 15-20 minutes to do so. Lena then takes it, and her meal is very much similar, and then it comes around to Deimos. Deimos is weird. There is a piece of meat in there which is almost rancid, almost rotten. There are maggots that crawl out of the top of it, and he just lifts it and looks, don't fucking judge, and bites into it and sort of eats it. Yeah, that'll do. And finally hands it to Kirik.
When Kirik picks up the ball, there is a light crust that starts to form over the top of it, as a homemade pie is formed. And it would be something like, probably like pork, and probably pork and chicken put together.
I thought you said orc.
Nice.
I was like, he's got cannibal
Orc.
pie. I was like, shit.
Nah. Orc and chicken put together.
Oh,
And there is a sort of like half smile that forms on the side of Kirik's mouth.
bloody hell. Don't see that very often. My favourite thing to eat in Portugal is pork and clams. Just to put it out there.
Oh no, has nobody heard of a Portuguese steak here? Just me? Fillet steak, really thinly sliced potatoes and ham. Oh, fuck me, it's amazing.
I mean, we do not eat that in Portugal, I can tell you for sure.
No, I know you don't. It's a Portuguese dish. Every time I've been to Portugal, they're like, here's a Portuguese steak. But yeah, fucking, it's not a traditional dish. Anyway,
No.
as Kirik's
Orange
pie
chicken,
forms, there is a
which I also
raven. There is a raven feather that forms
Somehow I
in the
was
top.
like, you shut your mouth. This is not Portuguese.
And Kirik cuts into it and begins to eat, and everybody sort of settles down. You can see everybody's there. Remley just sort of sits there. Aye, well, that'll be worth it. Well, I'd say it don't we plan, but I think we're kind of fucked from here on in. So you boys, the four of you, you be careful. I cannot call any more dragons. Who knows where the fuck he is now. But I will help Lena and her armies. Just you make sure you remove the head of whatever colossal cunt sits on that throne now.
Oh, great use of the C-bomb.
You just make as much noise as you can and take as many as you can with you.
Oh, don't you worry about that. Lena, I hope your defenders have got their wits about them. It's been a long time since I fought with elves. But tomorrow, I'm gonna make my ancestors fucking proud. Lena's gonna look. I'll make sure I help you in that way. Before we march, an hour before we land, I will address the defenders. As is my right as once queen of Deluin. The sister city will fall tomorrow. One way or another. You boys, do what you can. But if I have to crawl to that throne, I will crawl.
Just remember, the only enemies there are those who truly attack you. All the others are your allies in the future.
He makes a valid point, Lena. Not everyone there is our enemy. No, but if they fight for him, there's little I can do. We'll minimize the casualties and heal who we can, but the important thing is that you get in and you deal with the problem.
There's collateral damage in every war. We all know that.
The imposter dies tomorrow. That is all that matters.
Absolutely.
And as Remley picks up a small cup which is filled with the small amount of wine that you've managed to bring, he's going to raise that and say, well, to death, I suppose. May it be fucking glorious.
Get behind that.
To theirs, not mine.
In this moment, and as you all raise glasses, Kirik, you hear in the back of your mind, death is just a journey. And you know yours is not yet certain. Stay strong tomorrow, Kirik. I am with you always. Dargon. You hear a voice in your mind as well. Shining or not, tomorrow, Dargon. My blade will pierce devil flesh.
Yes. Just goes in my head.
We fight as one. Until the end.
His end.
And Ander. 2 voices in yours. One. Ander, it's been long since we spoke. Do not forget the grove and the power that resides within you. One of your greatest tests lies before you tomorrow. And I am here to guide you, to help you. And then a less subtle voice. Yes, she is. But she is not the only fey creature that now resides, and not the only one that provides power. My darkness has gifted you so much, and I will take what I need and gift what I can. King Ander of Essamir. And in your brain you get this flash of alabaster white skin and a lace flowing dress. And the sense of wind, but darkness. I am unseelie. But I will help. In this one. Go forth, new king. Lay waste to your enemies, but do not forget the promises made.
I feel like I'm in a love triangle now.
And as these voices resonate within your heads, you all sip the wine. Bothrid, for probably one of the first times ever, you can see him, he lifts the cup and his hand shakes. I'm probably a little nervous.
No need
Well,
to
I'm with
be.
you, boys. Wardens, right? Family.
Yeah. So we're here.
Tomorrow we fight.
Tomorrow we kill him.
Win another battle in the war.
An important staging post will be won tomorrow, you are right, Ander. And I will reclaim the sister city. And finally lay rest to my family. Rest now, boys. You leave before we do. We will take watch tonight.
Yeah. We'll go early.
And this mini war council disperses. And you all sort of go to your beds, your bedrolls, your pillows, whatever you've got to make yourselves comfortable. Bothrid himself, almost as if it's the last time he plans to do so, Druid crafts a mattress of flowers and vines and gives himself a nice comfy bed for the evening and lays down. But even as he lays down, his eyes, lamp-like, are open, looking to the sky. As he just lays and looks up at the darkness above. Everybody make me a perception check, please. It's the final act of tonight.
29.
Rolled so bad today.
24.
13.
It's not a difficult check tonight. So, Ander and Dargon have absolutely fucking smashed it. Kirik's just scraped through tonight. Remley rolls over and sort of takes the flame-tongue longsword, which is no longer burning, just holds it and sort of rolls over and quietly to himself, although you all hear it just. Gendris, I don't know where you are, my friend. But fuck me, I could use you tomorrow. Be safe. May I see you in the next life. And that is where we will leave it for this week. And I have the very, very subtle drop of saying that next week we are not here. So we are going to take a week off. As there's holidays, work commitments, and various things going on next week. So the Battle of Deluin will take place the following week. So we've got 2 weeks for you boys to sort out your character sheets and make sure everything is tickety-boo. I have got things to plan anyway.
So then we'll go into the ethereal plane.
Our chat is going to go insane for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
this is the plan. None of it will happen.
I've got a simple
Best laid plans
Stab.
of mice and men.
Yep. Anda's gonna have
stuff.
a trip when he's in the ethereal plane.
Oh my
Completely
god.
tripping out.
Oh, that's going to be brilliant. Just dragging him along.
I won't be able to stab nobody because I'll be freaking out.
It's okay. It's okay. The spell lasts for 8 hours, so we can be there for a while to acclimatize ourselves to it.
It's for hovering around.
Yeah.
Anda will literally
unfortunately-
windmill behind Durandriel's head, I think.
Yeah.
That unfortunately does mean that it's going to be my 7th level spell gone, but worth it.
There we go.
Worth it.
Well then, boys. A couple of weeks to go. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Hopefully we have laid enough foundations for everybody to be there like, no, I want more. Give me the next episode. And 2 weeks to go. So apologies for that. These things happen. But please do join us in a couple of weeks' time for the episode that will begin, at least, the battle for Deluin and the next staging post in the battle for the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin. Thank you all to have joined us. Thank you all who have joined us even. Thank you to all our followers, all our subscribers thus far. Again, it is September, so if you feel like subscribing, every little helps to us. The more we do, or the more subscribers we have, the more followers we have, etc., the more giveaways we can do, like we did for sort of our 2-year anniversary. I would love to be able to give away as much stuff as physically possible to all of our supporters, because you're all amazing. But obviously to do so, we do need that little bit of help from everyone, and that will be the last bit of me begging. But thank you to everyone. This is amazing for us all to do, and we all have so much fun. So hopefully everybody's enjoying it so far. Don't forget to go and check this episode out on Friday on YouTube if you want to recap some of those favourite bits. I'm waiting for somebody to clip the whole one man, one village moment. And then we will see what happens in a couple of weeks. Thank you to all the tools we've used again tonight. Hopefully Albert will be fixed for the next time we meet. But until then, stay safe. We love you all. Thank you to my players. Once again, you're all amazing. We have been the Malt and Magic crew. This has been episode 106 of the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin. And we will see you in a couple of weeks' time.